I am Jamie. Welcome to Sci-Fi-Vision. Scarlett will be long in a second. I'm dumb and sent her a YouTube link instead of a StreamYard link, which is why she couldn't get it. But she'll be along in a second. But Karen is here. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Crazy busy. I only just watched the episode like an hour ago because I was so busy I didn't have any time. I actually
just got done with the watch party. I put you through, Scarlett. Sorry about that. I thought I sent you StreamYard, and then I'm like, did I send
you
it
sent
to
me a
else?
YouTube link, and I was like, wait a second, this isn't going to work.
Yeah, that wouldn't work. I see why. Sorry about that. But anyway, as I was going to say, everybody, we're going to be doing this Alien Earth show from now on this day and time, Wednesday at 11. Of course, the watch parties are 9:30. And then we do not have anything until, wow, crazy, right? A couple days off, till Sunday at 11:30. Lori and I have Daryl Dixon, and that watch party will be at 10. And then, of course, Monday, Scarlett and I have Wednesday on Monday.
Yay!
Am I banned from Walking Dead?
You can call in. I know you don't like it, although I don't like it as much as Lori likes it, that's for sure. But our Wednesday show's on Monday at 11. I'm sorry.
I think it would take a lot for any of us to get banned from Lori's stuff because she's a fanatic about the Walking Dead.
Well, yeah. So I thought if I was too highly critical, she might ban me.
I don't think so.
Oh, no, really?
I think she knows that you don't love it. She knows I don't love it either. But
all right. Well, we'll see. I'll see if I can behave myself in her show.
Yeah.
Meanwhile.
All right, guys. Well, anyway, guys, please like and subscribe. Why is my YouTube being weird? And also, please, what's it called now? Now I forgot what it's called that you said it. Hype. It is very helpful to hype the video in the first 7 days, which I did not know anything about until Scarlett told me about it. So
yeah.
Wait, what? Like it in the first 7 days?
No, there's a hype. There's a thing called hype that you can do. That is new. I cannot do it to myself, but you click the hype button and it basically puts you on like a leaderboard, and then I mean, granted, you probably have to get hyped an awful lot for to get high on the leaderboard, but it's still helpful, as are comments, of course.
I learned so much from you people about
she's the one that told me. I didn't know it because I didn't see it, because you can't see it on your own. You have to go into like the settings to be able to see it. So I didn't know anything about it. But yeah, it's a relatively new thing, I guess.
Sci-fivision is my only. Oh no, I belong to 2 Discords, but the other one I joined 2 years ago and then never, did anything.
Well, I belong to about 30 of them.
Really?
Yeah. But I'm not talkative in them. I try to be, but
I only belong to Sci-Fivision and then one about bands in my town where I live that I don't listen to. And then my only YouTube that I ever watch is Sci-Fivision shows, unless I get down that rabbit hole of America's Got Talent auditions. And it's my only, all my things, sci-fi is my only one. If it wasn't for you guys, I would just read I guess.
I'm glad you're there, but yeah, I need to get, I don't know. I feel like I before talked a lot more in Discord, but it can suck your time. You gotta be careful.
And I'm the one that joins the community together on YouTube.
You are.
Yes, you comment quite a bit.
I'm trying to find guests for the show. Maybe we'll have a guest or 2.
Woo! Yeah, that would be cool if we could. Definitely would love to do that.
Nobody famous.
I'll be a guest, Scarlett.
There's other channel people that are doing them.
I know. Okay. So,
yeah.
A little xenomorph. When the red goes under his butt, is he having like a
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, maybe it's coming out of there. It does kind of look like that, doesn't it?
He's like blasting out of
it. So now you get that both of you know about it. Can we put a little straw hat on him and a cane?
Oh yeah. Scarlett, the movie Alien was on TV today, and I watched it. I like to run the TV when I'm working really hard. I like to run the TV in the background with stuff I've seen a million times. And so I saw the scene where he bursts out of the guy's chest, right? And I forever now will watch that movie without thinking of him with his little hat and his little song, right?
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my
Yep.
I'll have to try to make him a hat. We'll see. All right. So this is completely, except for the very, very end of the episode, a flashback episode, which we kind of knew from the previews. I really liked it though. I thought it was paced really well, and even though I knew they were all going to die, so part of me was kind of like, why do I care? I really ended up liking it. So even though
that was like me, I was trying to memorize people's names, and other than Malachite, I'm like, who cares about the people's names? They're all going to be dead soon.
They're not going to last. Yeah. Unfortunately, none of them stick around.
I think, Jamie, I thought this is a totally unnecessary episode that we didn't need. Like what we saw, that little bit of flashback we saw before of them crashing or whatever, was really enough for me. I didn't need to see this. We only really got one important piece of information, which is like that there was a mole on board. And
we got more than that.
Well, no, I mean, the thing that's important for the story is to learn that like Boy Cavalier, like, had paid someone to try to bring the ship down. All the other, like, I did enjoy the episode, and we did see how it was a cascade of bad luck and accidents and stuff happening, and human stupidity, assuming that the aliens were not intelligent.
But I think you're excusing the fact that the eyeball alien loves the ladies and was trying to help them.
I know he was trying to help her, right? Warn her that the ticks were coming out. We can talk about that, but I just think if we didn't have this episode, it would be okay. Yeah. We would still have a good show, and they could drop that little bit of information another way. But that doesn't mean I didn't like it or think it was really well done, and I appreciated like seeing how everything went to shit on these people.
Well, I mean, I agree with you because they had those little flashes of the first scene, and those little flashes tell you the whole story. So I didn't think they were going to go back and do this.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes me question who they got for the 65-year voyage too, because some of these people, like the one guy, didn't know the difference between geology and biology. And his name's Malachite too, which is interesting to me because it's a rock.
Yeah.
I wonder if they just threw young people in this thing and said, "Okay, guys, you're gonna learn your degrees on the way."
Yeah, there was like this one guy who doesn't know the difference between biology and geology. There's a creeper who like stares at. And I guess jerks off at.
I was so worried for that girl. I mean, I'm glad she got only jerked off too, but still gross. Some of it could have been worse.
Yeah, I think he might have raped her eventually. It was sort of.
Some of the crew was not exactly the A team, right? But I guess like who are you going to get when you offer people like really not that much money? It sounds like to give up their entire life, basically, right? Like.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the money's any good if you're not there to spend it.
Well, if you give it to your family.
I think there are people who are poor and in trouble and are giving the money to their family and maybe don't have options, but you don't get like super geniuses necessarily.
Or if you're super young and you may have a chance of having somewhat of a retirement they would pay for once you got back, if you got back.
Yeah, a little bit maybe. It would be like 20, you'd still be 85 when you get back. So yeah, a little bit, but that's about.
Well, you sleep so much of it that you're not. I mean, you're
in stasis.
By your birth certificate, you're 85, but physically, maybe only 5 years have gone by because you've been in stasis for so much of the time, right? Like Mara looks
that's a good point too. Yeah, that's true. Actually, you're right. You would lose your family because your family would be dead, but you would still get to live out the rest of your life. I forgot about that. You wouldn't.
Yeah.
Or if your kids had kids, you could still be with your grandkids.
Well, if Mara's daughter hadn't died, she was 11 when he left. She'd only be 76 when he came back. She might be alive, right? Except
and she would probably have kids, and her kids would have kids. There would be still a family line.
It'd be like a Interstellar situation when McConaughey came back, and then he was like younger than his daughter, right?
Yeah,
kind of situation. But I guess you don't. I know Jamie doesn't watch Foundation. I don't know if you do, Scarlett. But
I don't.
There's a character who's like 300. She's like at least 200 years old, because she for like a century she would come out of stasis only for like 2 months to like check in with her people and then go back.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop, Karen froze.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know if she realizes it. She probably disconnected.
Yeah, I want to know the people's motivations, because it's like I don't know anybody's motivations, hardly anybody's motivations on this, of why they were going the trip, why the cyborg guy is venoming on getting those samples back. You know, why the other guy was the mole, I have no idea.
Yeah,
why
sorry,
the captain
froze there for
I froze me. I have too many things open. I'm closing some applications. Or why the deputy captain, whoever she is, carries around like a vial of dirt for last rites.
Oh, that was Utah dirt.
It was Utah dirt.
It said Utah on the thing. I was assuming it was dirt from Utah.
No,
I guess that's where she's
like vampires, you gotta get buried in your own dirt.
Yeah,
dirt from the whole land.
Remember home. I don't know. That's the thing. She's like, you're almost there, baby. And I'm thinking, don't they have like decades left, even if they don't crash the ship? I don't think that's accurate.
What's a missile to an arrow, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 17 days from Earth when this opens, right?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I'm looking. I should be looking at that. I forgot. I'm thinking the beginning of it. I'm thinking of when he's looking at that paper and it says they have 53 years left, which, by the way, made no sense. And I did take a picture of that because it says it's in year 8 of 65. And in 53 years, you'll get her stuff when you come back. And I'm thinking, 53 plus 8 does not equal 65. So somebody made a dumb math error somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
I'm missing something.
That's only 61 years. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know
what
happened.
65.
It doesn't add up. 65-year journey. Yeah. Maybe they came home early. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder if they killed the daughter.
We have this great comment. Look at the world they live in. It seems really easy to fall into some kind of servitude to a corporation. Joe, Wendy's brother Joe, he's in servitude to a corporation that won't let him leave to go to medical school, right? And there are no more governments. The corporations rule the planet, right?
Yeah. But I'm just saying, I don't know, the cyborg's daughter died because of inter-corporation espionage, because she wanted to go to one of the old world colleges.
Oh, well, it says she died in a fire in her apartment, but like, did they kill her? You mean, did they kill her? I think it's, I don't think so. I totally think so.
I think it could be, but I think we'll never find out. I kind of wonder if it's even relevant. Like, if
I think it's part of Morrow's motivation that he has nothing now. She was the one thing that, like, he was like, he did this to get the money to make her life better, I guess, and send her to college. And now she's dead and not going to go to college. And he's not going to see her. She'd be the only person alive. Like, the reason he did it.
It's usually not dead when you go to college.
Right? Yeah. It speaks to maybe why he is the way he is now. Right? Yeah, that he, like, when he said in the last episode, these creatures are my life's work and I will find them. Because, like, it has to mean something, I guess.
Yeah. It sounds like it has something to do with the woman that sent him that.
He has a hots for that one woman's grandma that sent him.
But
she saved him from the streets. But
I agree.
Yeah, that sounds very cyberpunk in nature.
It does, but his daughter dying, I'm sure, does mean he has nothing else to live for.
Nobody has a extended family in these.
Misha's right. No cousins. Shithole right now at this time. So yeah, is there really a lot about it?
It's kind of. Every time I say that it's a shithole now, I'll remember what it could be like, and then I'll shut up.
Yeah, I don't want to forget that. Misha also had said earlier, which is true, we did get a lot of information. I think the stuff we got on the eyeball.
Eyeball was, for a second, I was like, wait, is Doc Ock a good eye? A good guy?
For the ladies. He's trying to save 2 ladies.
He knocked on the window to be like, look at those ticks, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
my question. Was it to try to save her? Was it just because it was like because part of me thought when it knocked that maybe that was more just like a joke, but then later whenever it goes into the guy and seems to be trying to help Morrow, it makes
it's not like trying to help her by knocking on the glass.
Yeah.
Well, it could have been trying to help her, or it could have, we'll get to this, but it could have been trying to distract her so the ticks had a chance to get out, so she would look away.
No, I don't think so.
Or it could have been, here's my other thing, it could have been like, don't let those ticks infest you. I want to infest you.
Because he loves the ladies.
Or maybe
The
it's
lady
afraid of
eyeball.
the ticks too. It could be afraid the ticks will get to it. Who knows?
Well, I thought it was just real intelligent life that loved the ladies, loved human ladies, doesn't like sheep, doesn't like cats, doesn't like hybrids, but maybe it likes the humans, especially female humans. Wow. Maybe
it does sort of help Morrow out later too. So
I think that's an accident.
and
I think he's trying to help Zora.
We saw in a previous episode where they in the sheep episode where what's his name, Timothy Oliphant, the blonde-headed guy, robot guy, he says, "Oh, this is a highly intelligent creature."
I want to call him Batty for some reason.
You know, look at its brain waves. Look at what it's doing. It's a highly he recognized it was a highly intelligent creature right away. You know, I think part of the downfall of all these people on the ship is that they assumed these were non-intelligent creatures because they looked like a cockroach and a squid.
Yeah, that was
right. I mean, the tick opened the switch to let itself out of the thing. That's an intelligence also, right?
Yeah.
And it was
I actually was surprised last episode that the sheep didn't get on two legs and just start walking around.
Yeah, it seems like it's trying to communicate with them because it sounds like it's trying to talk to him, and that's what I think was the most interesting.
Trying to talk to him, the eyeball, trying to talk to him.
Yeah, whenever it's in what's his name?
I couldn't spell the name. I couldn't spell check it. Shmulu.
Whatever. Whenever it goes into him, it's it starts making noises with his mouth, like it's trying to talk and doesn't know how to use it.
It's making a language noise. Yeah.
Yeah, it's trying to.
So I
don't know.
Chittering.
It's interesting at any rate. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's going to turn out to be the hero of the show, you guys.
No, I don't.
Oh, I do.
I think
you want to make a friendly wager? Gentleman's wager? I got a shiny quarter in front of me.
In a few weeks, right?
Yeah. I mean, it did try to go into the xenomorph eye also, right?
Oh,
it's not very picky.
That's prime real estate.
Yeah. No, it definitely doesn't seem to be picky.
Except for ladies.
We'll find that out. But so yeah, I mean, a lot of this, I feel like a lot of it was extra stuff we didn't need, and we've kind of
a lot of it was the plot from Alien.
Yes, it was kind of cool how it was really the plot from Alien in the whole beginning, and especially since I just watched Alien earlier today, and many of the scenes are. I'm sure somebody who's more of a scholar of the film and the franchise would compare some of these scene by scene, probably, and character by character, right?
Yeah, they did kind of do that.
And well, I also think there's a lot of Kubrick in it too, with that use of that song from Dr. Strangelove, the "We'll Meet Again" song, and the whole Hal thing, and the whole space.
Mother is definitely
2001. Yeah.
I also think, and I don't know that it is, and I couldn't find out. I was trying to look really quick before it ended, but it kind of almost sounds like, and I don't know that it could be, but the alarm on the ship, I thought a couple times sounded like Sigourney Weaver. And like maybe they did it. But I don't know for sure. It's hard to tell, and I couldn't find it anywhere, so I could be incorrect. But it kind of sounded like her voice. So.
Well, nowadays you could use AI to do that. I don't think that she probably.
I don't know that they.
You can't pay that Sigourney bucks.
Yeah. All right. Well, as I was gonna say though, I was just gonna say though, as much as it did, kind of follow the plot from Alien. At the same time, like we said, we didn't need a lot of this. And so much of this information, I do feel like is really kind of senseless as much as I enjoyed it. Like, why do we need to know that woman was having an affair with the other guy? Like it isn't.
Because it's sexy.
No, I mean, I think it speaks to the lack of discipline on the ship that leads to all the animals escaping and killing all of them. Like,
but it kind of sucks that you're 65 years on a ship and you can't get any.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're only alive for like 5 years of it, still, that's a long time, right? But I think, Jamie, it speaks to the lack of they want to observe like almost like a military discipline, but these are people who are they're people. First of all, they're people, and people have needs, but also they're in it for the money. They're not like making very much money. I think maybe it just speaks to the situation where they get into, where everybody's fighting, nobody's paying attention. Like that scene where they're having a meeting and everybody keeps talking and talking and nobody listens to the captain.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Shut up, you guys!" And they just ignore her and keep, I think maybe Jamie, the point of them having sex is just to show that there's a lack of discipline. That's going to be their downfall.
That's fair. Yeah. At least they did start in right away with there had already been an attack. Like
see, the thing is, and I know they don't have the budget for it, is I wanted to see the planet where they got the aliens from, which I didn't think I'd see. And then I want to see how the cyborg became a cyborg on any flashback. Would be great. I didn't get any of that.
Yeah, because the way the xenomorph gets on the ship in Alien is they find like this, they just find a cache of eggs, right? Like a place that has been attacked already, and there's a cache of eggs there. Yeah. These guys were on a planet where they collected a number of deadly species. Including
we didn't get to see the planet. Like they could have done a War of the Worlds thing. Was this?
Can you imagine that planet? That planet must be insane. Like, what did they
have screens? War of the Worlds, like the current World Wars.
What I found though really weird is the fact that they know what xenomorphs are because they call them by name, and yet they're not. I don't know, I guess, as concerned about
maybe they named them that? Maybe they're ones that named it that?
I guess that's possible. I don't know. They said like, oh, it's going to grow. And they're like, how big can it get? And they're like, the xenomorph got away. And it's like, they should be terrified. And they're kind of like, we got to figure out what to do. But they didn't seem as, I don't know. To me, they didn't seem as
I got to play with my Utah dirt.
At the same time, though, they also called them aliens with long fingers or something like that. So.
It was the eyeball. It was the eyeball of long fingers.
I mean, a xenomorph. I mean, xeno, right, means like
foreign,
right?
Yeah.
And morph, I guess they throw on there. It could be the just a generic term for aliens that they use in this.
It could be,
universe that we're watching. Actually, I want to go back. We were talking about the planet they came from. We don't know they all came from the same planet. They could have stopped at multiple planets and collected these
Just
things.
a little trip from planet to planet.
Which is 65
that would
years.
have been more exciting. I would have got to see more planets.
Yeah, I think they got these from more than one planet.
I think probably. I mean, because it seems strange that there'd be that many warring aliens.
I would have loved to just have some cheap footage in the screens of different planets.
Yeah, it would have been nice, but
that's not the show we're watching.
Stuff we're getting
is the show I'm watching. In my head.
So you want to be watching, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't know if you put that up. I didn't see you put it up, but Sarah was asking about that.
Yeah.
I
don't think we know for sure.
There could be several.
I don't think we know for sure, but I'm assuming on a 65-year trip they might have made more than one stop.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that that one planet cannot accommodate this many horrors.
Yeah, we hope not. Anyway.
Yeah.
Parasite planet.
Yeah,
I mean, any one of them would be the top predator if it was on its own planet. Probably.
Oh, that'd be kind of creepy if they went to the planet and got the top predator from each planet.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Nothing bad could come with this.
Than I thought, right? And they're even more stupid.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Misha was agreeing that there's so much lack of discipline, smoking cigars, eating in the labs. Yeah, I don't know what was with the smoking through a lot of it.
I mean,
it was like when they set off in the 70s. The 70s were different. They're a hell of a drug.
I thought
cigars.
I thought the same thing, Misha. As soon as I saw her eating and drinking in the lab, I was like, wait a minute. Anybody who's taken even high school chemistry or college level.
That's why I questioned the education of the people on the ship in the first place.
And the discipline. You don't eat in the lab. My God. Eating and drinking in the lab is just not a thing, right? First of all, there's the part where you can contaminate your experiments. And they can contaminate you.
I had an acquaintance of mine in California whose lab partner didn't wear shoes.
Yeah. That's not good.
Yeah. She reported it.
You can't even wear shoes.
They didn't do anything.
Wow.
She wasn't wearing shoes.
Yeah,
gross.
That's not good. Yeah, but also you can get hurt too. I mean, usually you're required to wear
Yeah.
You got petri dishes all over the place.
Well, yeah, glass. Well, yeah. it's just eating in the
Well,
lab.
stuff in the glass.
Eating a lab was like a major, to me, like red flag as soon as I saw that. And then she had a sandwich just sitting out there, like a grilled cheese just sitting out there.
Yeah,
right?
I thought
Yeah,
that space
kind
tick
of
was going to
her.
crawl in that sandwich and
I
somebody was
thought
going
she
to
was
eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of her own fault that she didn't know, you know, if she didn't have the sandwich there and in the water there, it wouldn't have happened. I mean, look,
She
the
had
bottled
been
water,
completely
maybe, but
oblivious
yeah,
to everything that had been happening.
She's also drinking out of a water that doesn't have like a straw lid on it. Like it's a very dangerous
Never
situation.
puts the lid on the bloody thing.
yeah, she could spill it even and just contaminate. I mean, what if
Yeah,
they
she spilled
water
some
killed them? I mean, you don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a very undisciplined situation.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we're at the beginning here still with these guys with the crabs on their head.
Yeah,
Sarah has a point though too. They've been up there too long and probably grown too comfortable. They also maybe because they're not getting paid enough, maybe they're not as careful as they should be either. Would be my other thought. But yeah, if you're a scientist, I would think that you would know better. But
Yeah,
maybe these people aren't scientists.
no, she's a scientist.
Maybe they
right?
learned on the way.
She's a scientist. She's a scientist, right?
yeah,
I don't know. Define scientist.
She's doing science. She's
Okay, so if I just look at a
experiments.
test tube, I'm a scientist. Cool.
She's performing experiments and doing research in that lab.
I'm gonna
She's
do some research right here, right now. In my
feeding them
iPad.
a rat and trying to see like how long it takes them to eat it and will they eat it and are they eating the oxygen? Like she's definitely a level above the other people.
I'm gonna make sure there's no space ticks in my wild cherry Pepsi. I'm a scientist.
Yeah,
no, she's a scientist. Are you saying she's not a scientist? There are no scientists on the ship?
I'm saying it's questionable, the training of these people.
I don't think they would send somebody up there.
They might have trained on the way. They might have got some textbooks.
There are people who know how to fly ships, and there's a security officer. There's a literal surgeon on the ship, Scarlett, also. Like they're not all untrained.
Yeah, I mean, look,
not a good surgeon.
They may not be trained enough, but they should know.
You didn't do good surgery.
The only one who seemed to be extremely stupid was the
Malachite.
Yeah, which we don't know why.
I mean, I'm sorry he wasn't prepared to do surgery to remove space ticks out of somebody's like esophagus.
Not a surgeon,
but I mean, he's a surgeon, and he was assisted by that scientist lady who probably was not really a nurse or really all that qualified. But you know, in the future, people do. I mean, their surgery is technology assisted and maybe requires less knowledge. But that guy's a doctor, right? I mean, he's a doctor. Now, is he the best doctor? If he was the best doctor in the world, he wouldn't be working on a ship for 6
months. He's probably the worst one.
He's a doctor, but he maybe not be a Nobel Prize winning doctor.
Yeah.
Questionable.
But I mean, yeah. Even the scientists and the doctor and the trained people are slacking off and losing their discipline and getting bored and right, like people shouldn't have the same job.
Because they can't have sex.
Well, they can't do any. I mean, you're stuck with the same people for right. Like I don't know how long you're awake in 65 years, but it's a very.
If I was that one girl, I'd want to sleep most of the time because I don't want that creepy guy jerking off in front of me, like in front of my glass.
I'm sure it's a very stressful and demoralizing situation for all of them, right?
Yeah. I also want to know how many people are actually in those pods because I don't think they ever said how many there are. Did they?
Really, 2 of them, 2 pods, and they're probably like 8 to 10 people in each pod. 20 people. I mean, they have a lot of people.
Yeah,
because some people are awake while others are sleeping, right? They
kind of change that. Yeah, the cyborg guy said changing or whatever. They change rank and change people, change crew.
Yeah. Like they have
whatever you call it.
Like they have 2 or 3 shifts, kind of, and you might sleep for like months,
20 years,
or years, and then somebody takes over for you.
Yeah. Misha says she doesn't have the curiosity a real scientist would have. I wonder though if that's more like a writing thing, though.
I mean, she was doing an experiment, and she was only on the screen for like 10 minutes. I don't know if I totally agree, Misha. I agree she's not maybe the best scientist.
She was starving those poor space ticks.
I do think she's a real scientist.
But how good of a real scientist, we don't know.
Well, she's definitely like been slacking off on her safety protocols.
That's true.
Definitely in the lower 5% of her class.
I mean, I really disagree, but I think in general, yes, they're not the best of the best. The best of the best would be working in that beautiful,
the dullest of the dullest.
They'd be in that beautiful gleaming tower downtown, or maybe they are good, but they're people with real financial problems.
They'd be working at Prodigy.
I mean, the corporation is really leveraging their misfortune in a lot of cases, right? Like maybe they have crushing educational debt, and that's why they have to, right? Or they.
Or they got along like that guy, like they gave him an organ.
Yeah,
they own him.
Yeah, they definitely could be being forced to be there. But at any rate, the Raheem, I believe his name is, he has this idea to cut the tail of the face hugger to try to get it off the guy's face, and that's when it leaks the acid and kills him.
Yum.
Burn his face off, I guess. Anyway, he's dead. The other guy.
Yeah, I felt two ways about that. On the one hand, I felt like, well, that was dumb. You don't know if it bleeds acid. But then I thought, like, well, who would think it would bleed acid? Of course, you'd be like, this guy's going to die. We got to cut this thing off him.
What confuses me that later those ticks also give off some kind of like acid gas, like.
Well, it's a gas. I don't know if it's acid, but
I don't know that it's acid. I guess
did they know these come out of the eggs too? Were they far ahead enough to know these come out of the eggs?
Yeah, I don't know. Like they've been in space for a really long time. They're 17 days from Earth, and there are all these things they don't know about these creatures.
Yeah. I mean, I do think that if something is strangling somebody, trying to cut it off is not necessarily a bad idea. Because you're right, they'd have no reason to think, oh, don't do that, it's going to kill them, it's going to bleed. I mean, you might think there's a possibility it could kill them and choke them worse, but they had to do something, they thought, which really they're dead anyway. So to be fair, I mean, even if they hadn't tried, he still would have died. So
well, but I mean, in the movie Alien, we saw eventually the crab, the face hugger will let go after deposit, right? And then you wake up and you seem normal for some short amount of time until it busts out of your chest, right?
Yeah. So
like if you leave it there, it will eventually let go.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter at that point. So you got to do something to get it off, right?
Well, they didn't know. They didn't know it was going to happen.
No, and they were hoping like they could freeze it or whatever, and clearly that didn't work either. But anyway,
here's the thing. It seems like they didn't know what would happen, but after the ship crashes, what's the blonde-haired robot's name? Timothy Oliphant's name. Kirsch.
Yeah,
Kirsch like goes to the computer, and all the information is there, and that's how he knows to put the tadpole in Joe's lung, right? Like he knows how to do.
Question: isn't that their information? Like, why are they not using it?
He had all this information that he got from them, and yet they seem to not be using it in this situation, right?
Yeah.
Unless the computer like furiously took notes during this shit show.
I feel like I like Noah Hawley a lot, and I like this show a lot, but I feel like some of the like writing details maybe got dropped in this episode in lieu of the action horror cool stuff. I think that there's a little bit of problem with it in that sense, but it was still really good. Like I can forgive it because I did really enjoy it, but yeah, some of those things are really issues that if we pull it apart too much.
But
it seemed like the one guy on board knew they were parasites.
Yeah.
At times they seem to know more than they do at other times. That's why I'm not even sure. Because that's what I said. She's like, "Oh, it's a xenomorph."
That's just because you get your education on the way.
It could be part of it. I don't know. But anyway, the point is the captain is dead, and this Bronsky is the one that's still alive, but has the face hugger attached to him. And
fate worse than death.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And the woman, Zora Zaverney, I guess you pronounce it, she is taking over as captain since the captain's dead. And they're trying to figure out not only, how they got these face huggers because something got out, but also there was a fire that started, and they think that it's sabotage. But not only that, it has fried all their navigation systems. So yeah, they're pretty fucked, basically, right?
I mean,
Short.
Am I
short answer.
Yes, sure, sweet.
Am I correct that they don't really know how the fire started, and it's Morrow who determines that it's probably sabotage?
Yes, I think it's Morrow that says it would probably be, but also this guy here, this what is his name?
Shmuel.
Shmuel, he also makes a point of saying that like where the fire happened and the way it took out their systems, that it was kind of fishy. Is
Yeah.
basically what he said. And he's also like, he said the one thing that I'm thinking, like, he's the smart guy nobody listened to, because he said, just throw them both out the airlock. And I'm thinking, yeah, please.
Throw them both out the airlock.
He's the guy that nobody ever listens to, right? That he knows.
Yeah, get rid of the parasites.
But nobody will, because the corporation demands that the creatures are more important than the humans, right?
Yeah,
and Morrow knows that. Morrow knows that.
And Morrow is willing to risk his own and everybody else's life.
Is that because the machine's taking over?
Okay.
The Hal and him's taking over.
That would be actually interesting, kind of, if it did, but yeah, I don't think it is. But anyway, the navigation system's fried, engine relays are gone, and he like basically says this spaceship is now a missile and it's going towards Earth, and yeah, we're screwed. And then we have where'd her name go? I lost her name. Chibuzo. Chibuzo, this woman. That's Chem, right? Clem. No.
Clem. They called him Chlamydia.
The woman is Chibuzo, and they're like talking about, could something else have gotten out of there, and she's like, well, all the panels are green. If it's red, then something's open, so we're okay because they're all green. And it's like, that Science. Is one of but that's kind of one of those things that it's like, they're saying it, one of them's going to be red soon. Like, that was just kind of like unnecessary. It was, I don't know, in a way it's funny because it is, like you said, it's really kind of riffing off of the original Alien, and
I think it probably does it on purpose.
Well, and it's not building the tension.
And also that thing where they're relying on these lights and not double checking because they're don't have a good protocol.
That too. All right, so then we have Morrow and sorry.
Also, there was that whole part where they're like, Morrow, you're in your underwear, and I'm like, I would think they see each other in their underwear all the time. They put on their underwear.
Yeah, but then that kid that's walking in the hall with Morrow is like, well, these people died, but I got footage of these people getting it on. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Crazy pants.
Well, hey, they don't have a whole lot to do on the ship. Watching their sex, I guess, is interesting.
Yeah, but going from death to sex that fast was kind of like, gave me brain scramblies.
Misha says, I don't think Kirsch is supposed to know everything he knows. Yeah, but you're right. I don't think he was supposed to read all that, but he got it from their data. That's what I think where the issue is. Like, if he got the data for them, why didn't they have the data to use? I think is what we're kind of saying.
I mean, do we think they didn't? It's possible this data was generated in real time as we saw it happen, and Mother recorded all this.
That's true too. Yeah.
Right?
I guess
Mother's recording everything that happens on the ship, and Mother has the CAT scan and sees whatever before they don't have a chance to maybe go back and review it because they're about to be
Yeah, I can buy that. I can buy that. I can buy that. All right.
So I still think it's possible that Kirsch is not supposed to have downloaded all that information to himself or whatever.
I definitely don't think he was supposed to.
Well, he has an agenda, so his own agenda.
Yes, he hates Boy Cavalier.
Oh yeah, who wouldn't?
Yeah, you're right.
We definitely, most people should.
See, the way I think this is going to end, it's probably wrong, is that the eyeball alien is going to be the thing that Boy Cavalier has his intellectual conversation with.
That would be.
He's an ender.
Maybe he has the conversation with himself when it's in his own eye, right?
Maybe.
That would be.
Yeah.
I finally feel the power of somebody who's more smarter than I am. I did say more smarter.
More smart. It won't be Scarlet.
No, I just don't think Boy Cavalier's that smart because I haven't heard him say anything smart except like, I'm so smart I can't find anybody that's smarter than I am.
Yeah, I mean,
which isn't very smart.
He's really good at maybe inventing things, but he has a lot of other things he's not good at, including like emotional intelligence and like
interaction.
Right? He clearly has. Everybody hates him. He's a total jerk. Yeah.
No, yeah, I agree. So there's a lot of talk about its sabotage, and he yells at her for, well, he doesn't yell at her.
Morrow's talking to, who is that? Zora in the picture?
Morrow. Yeah, Morrow and Zora. He reprimands her for sleeping with that guy and is like, you're distracted, you're compromised. If you don't do everything possible, I'm allowed to take over from you. And she's like, that would be mutiny. So yeah, he's basically just like, I'm going to take over. And she's like, you can't do that. That was pretty much what that whole conversation was about.
So he's wrong and he's not wrong, right? Like, he's not wrong. No fraternization is the rule. But, you know, as you guys, Scarlett and Jade, pointed out, like, you can't send people into space together for 65 years and think that even if you're only awake for 10 years of it, that no one's, right, ever going to have sex, or no one's ever going to, like, Morrow, who's an augmented human, acts more like a robot and expects them to be like robots. Like, he doesn't have a lot of humanity in this episode.
That's what I'm saying. I think the machine's taking over with him.
Yeah.
That would be interesting if it could. I don't know. I would say, going by the mythology of this show, that's probably not the case, but it would be interesting if that was a possibility, maybe. I don't know. I don't think that's ever happened, though, in like the rest of the Alien universe, has it?
Wait, what?
I have not watched all of it.
What happened?
No, I have, but it's been forever. I'm trying to think that, like, I don't think the robot parts of the cyborgs have ever like taken over the human parts. I don't think
till now.
Well, that's kind of my point.
I mean, we only had like pure like androids in the beginning part of the franchise, right? Like Bishop turns out to be an android. Ash is an android. They're not
hybrids.
There's no hybrid cyborg. I don't know if we
ever cyborgs with knives and blowtorches coming out of their hands.
I don't know if we ever get one by the end of the franchise. I mean, so in Romulus, you know, there's a very intelligent android that this girl considers to be her brother, but he's still an android, right? Like, and there are no full synthetics like we have in this. This is the first time we've seen them. And I don't know if they're cyborgs. Maybe someone in the chat who knows better will correct me if we've seen cyborgs before.
No, I think you're
Somebody's
right. Sorry,
given that this is a prequel, there is the possibility of cyborgs in all the other movies. I just don't know if we haven't
had it yet. It's probably something Hollywood up then. Also, I was just going to bring up Misha's thing. I know we moved past it a little fast, but she was talking about Kirsch, like that is saying, which is true, that not everyone has access to that data. Only people with access to Mother, which is probably true. He definitely wasn't supposed to get the.
Well, I wouldn't say he definitely wasn't supposed to.
Well,
we think he wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
Right.
No, yeah, I said I think he wasn't supposed to, but you're right. We don't really know that. I shouldn't say definitely. But yeah, he tells her at this point, within no uncertain terms, that the only thing that matters is, you know, the cargo, which is not the way she feels, clearly.
No, I feel like they need to shut him down now and save themselves. Except these people have no ability to save themselves. Their only chance is Morrow, because he's the only person
who doesn't care about saving them.
Right? Yeah.
Is he not?
Yeah, but the chat brought up a good point. He's smoking cigars. Was there a rule against smoking cigars?
Yeah, he's smoking cigars. That there should be a rule against that. Do people really still smoke 100 years from now? Come on. I feel like nobody smokes now.
Well, they were supposed
What's
to.
What's the year of this? What's the current year on the show? And how, you know?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what
it looks like they're all from the 70s.
And that's why I wondered if it's supposed to be that, like, the 65 years started back in the 70s. And
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Or something.
Well, I don't think it's the 70s. I don't think it's the 70s.
It's something. It either way, we don't know how far in the future it is. It could be that they've been there since. I mean, it made it sound like, from what Shmuel, whatever the hell his name is.
The one name I spell check would just keep changing.
Yes, exactly.
Frustration levels.
He was saying that some of them have been on multiple journeys, because he said you come back and you're like, yeah, send me again. So they may have started out there like back in the 60s or 70s or whatever, and they've gone on multiple journeys that were like 65 years for all we know. And it could be
no. It's not the 70s. You guys, this takes place
like now. I'm saying they could have originally gotten on the ship, like been. Well, yeah, I guess that would be a different ship, though.
I just don't know what year is it. What year is it current in the year of Alien Earth?
It's 2120 in Alien Earth.
2120.
Okay. So forget what I said. That doesn't make any sense.
So we're gonna say the 2070s. You know, little throwback.
So
Looks
maybe
the
like
1970s.
so maybe 20 like 55 they went into space, right?
Yeah, I think it's more just an aesthetic thing at this point, which is fine. I like
Yeah,
it. Like
they are reflecting the aesthetic of a movie that came out in like 1982.
Yeah, I was gonna say the aesthetics of the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, yeah,
it's pretty cool. I don't think we should read anything into it other than an homage to what started it all.
yeah.
And wanting to fit with the aesthetic to make sense of what's going to happen. Like they're kind of stuck with it, right?
Yeah.
And they honor it, and we honor it, and we love it, but we're also stuck with it.
Yeah. You also got some futuristic stuff too, like when they go outside the ship, and it works. I think it works pretty well. Whoops, clicked on the wrong thing there. She said, I wonder if Boy Cavalier worked at Wayland Yutani at some point.
Oh.
Yeah, probably did, and then was like, screw this.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Because he's so young. He was the youngest trillionaire ever in history.
It is called Prodigy too, you know.
Yeah, unless he worked there when he was like 6 or 7, right?
Yeah, I guess, sure.
I think maybe Misha, I mean, he might have like stolen some of their ideas or certainly been inspired by them, but I feel like he's so young that he maybe just started his own. He's like maybe a Bill Gates in the garage kind of a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I mean, who knows? We don't really know a lot. And that's where I feel like if they were going to do flashback, they could do flashbacks on things like that we need to know. But I still like the episode.
How the cyborg got his parts. I like to know.
Yeah. Is he not I was saying though, doesn't he get like really creepy looks on his face? Like the actor is like really good at getting this look that's like freaks me out. Like it reminds me of like what's that movie? What's that movie? I can't think of what it's called, but I'm not going to think of what's
the plot line?
I can't even describe it.
Who's in it?
That's what I'm trying to think, but I'm blanking to tell you about it. The one where like they can lock them inside their minds. It's like a horror movie. It's fairly recently. I said my description is really, really bad.
All I can think of is The Cell, and that's an old movie.
No, I'm thinking of, is his name Peel? I want to say his name's Peel, and I don't think that's right. I'm thinking of the wrong person who did it.
All right, well.
Anyway, Get Out. Is it Get Out? Is that what it's called?
Oh, Get Out, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Get Out. That's what I was thinking of. Like, he's got this look that just, I don't know, like he gets this creepy ass look on his face. That's
No, you're reminded of the one guy from the original Cube that went crazy by the end of the original Cube. No spoilers.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, he does look creepy, but I think, you know, Misha made a remark about we're overthinking it, and I probably am. So let me overthink it right now. I think there's a part of him that has lost his humanity.
Yeah.
And not only because of becoming a cyborg, but also because of all the like trauma of like losing his family and the choices he's made, right? And I think he really acts more machine than man sometimes, right? Which is kind of I mean, I love it because I love that Noah Hawley has chosen the artificial life, like the different augmentation of human life and the rise of the androids. Like I love that he's chosen that kind of as the entry point for the show, as opposed to just the alien being an entry point for the show. Right?
Yeah.
Like this is really a show, I think, about like what it means to be human.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's losing his humanity.
Yeah, my main point was just really that the actor's really good at doing that.
Yeah, crazy eyes.
He's great.
Crazy face.
He's great.
I don't trust this guy.
Yeah. No, I don't trust him either. I definitely don't trust him. But yeah, they argue about that. And then we go back to, let's see this. Oh, I like this. Now I didn't get the exact quote when we did the watch party, and I wish I had, but this is where one of them says something like that. It shows that smart people are stupid because they can do all these things, but you would think you would know not to bring space bugs home with you. Like, yeah, that's kind of your problem.
But that was the mission.
Yeah, no, but it's right. These people are stupid, but I mean that's kind of the point of like all the movies. Like they always bring them back because we have to learn, we have to, find out about these aliens who are going to end up killing us,
Yeah, but in so many parts of the like in the original Alien, they brought them by mistake. In this movie, in this show, it is their mission to collect them and bring them back, right? It wasn't really stupidity on their part, maybe the stupidity of their bosses who told them to do it. But
I don't know. I mean, I feel like if you're on that ship and you're saying the cargo is important and listening to that, you've kind of taken over a little bit of that stupidity. I'd be like, screw you, throw them out the airlock. Like,
what do you even do? You can't get off the ship, and Mara will not allow you to.
Yeah.
Right, and you won't get your money, which is that you gave up your entire life and family and everything for the money, and you won't get it if you go against the mission. There really are.
As a viewer, I look at them and I think, like, why are you doing this? You should know better.
Well, there's the part where they're basically enslaved by the corporation. Everyone on the planet is enslaved by the corporations, basically, right? They don't have a ton of. I mean, even when they're have to fight for their lives, they kind of like, oh, we have to go with Morrow. Morrow's going to report us and take our money back. What?
Yeah,
they're really,
And Sarah's saying he's cold because he is an orphan who lost his daughter. That is true.
He's nothing.
Yeah, he has nothing left. He's very serious because he needs to be. No one else seems to be at the. I don't know if I'm like clicking it twice. It's not staying. No one else seems to be at the helm. Yeah, nobody else is really stepping up. I mean, that woman's trying to, but she's not putting the cargo first. Let's put it that way.
Well, I think she shouldn't, right? Like, do we think you should or you shouldn't? Like, Morrow is like, you definitely have to follow the plan.
I think you should put the people first. That's what I'm saying about kind of stupidity, but that's as a viewer, not as a person.
But she's not. I mean, there's no way that she could have saved. Even if somebody was like, okay, Zora, let's save all the people. Show us how. She's not equipped for this mission, right? Yeah. There's no way she could save them all. She has no idea.
Yeah. Hi, Doc. Welcome.
Hi, Doc.
Thank you for dropping by.
Yeah, Doc, are you watching this, Doc? I'm not sure if you were
got disconnected. Let me add her back. Whoop. What just happened?
Scarlett got dropped off.
I know, but I clicked add and she disappeared.
Well, she'll come back. She'll come back. She knows how to get
I just want to make sure I didn't click her out instead of clicking her out.
Here she is. It's fine.
There we go. I thought maybe I clicked remove unless one of us did it both. There you go, Scarlett. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's fine.
But
anyway, so
the
you're
idea
there for the pod.
Yeah, we're gonna put the cryo sleep, pause its gestation, which we know is not going to work.
Yeah, here's another assumption they've made, that when they go into cryo, that the face hugger would also go into cryo.
Yeah,
right.
Which is not the case.
I mean, this
outer space.
This whole episode is like a series of assumptions that are wrong at every time.
But they went to the planets of these alien animals, right? So they would know what kind of environment they lived in. Like if they went to an Arctic planet, they would be like, maybe these animals could survive in the Arctic.
Yeah. I think they just scooped them up and didn't really. And they were like,
had a net hanging out the side of their ship.
I think that like a normal person, like let's say Scarlett was going to go on a mission to the Arctic, you might spend like 6 months in a hut, like watching penguins and learning about them.
Be in a hut, it's cold.
All right, well, it's the Arctic, and you're a field biologist. You live in a tent. Sorry, honey.
No, there's a lot of people live in Antarctica. There's a building.
Yeah, but if you have to go watch the penguins, you have to go out on the ice in a hut, right?
Oh, I want to watch the penguins.
All right. Anyway, let's say you go to the jungle and you want to watch monkeys. Let's say
I'd rather watch the penguins.
Let's say you're Jane Goodall.
Penguins.
Okay, let's say you're Jane Goodall. You spend literally years watching gorillas learning their behavior, right? I think these yahoos on this ship, they were like, let's get a net and catch that thing and we'll study it back on the ship. I don't really know. I don't know, but I'm assuming they're not.
They're Jane Goodall. They would just go on the planet and communicated with them.
And they're not, right?
They're not, because they don't have degrees.
I think they didn't spend a lot of time maybe examining these creatures in the wild. Like maybe they just scooped them up and were like, let's check them out on the ship. And that was like a
good enough.
Mistake, right?
Yeah.
It's like being like, oh, look at that lion. It has great fur. Let's bring it on the ship and then figure it out later.
Oh, yeah. That's so safe.
Right? And then it would, yeah.
Yeah. And that's kind of my point a little bit about the stupidity.
Like it's not stupidity.
I know.
Stupidity. It's hubris. It's assumptions. it's orders from the corporation to just catch shit.
Yeah,
and bring it back
you don't know
home.
these corporations know something about this and may weaponize these animals.
Yeah,
True.
the corporation
But
is like,
I guess my point is, Karen, if somebody said to you, look, there's an alien, let's bring it back and just put it here and see what happens, would you not say, fuck no?
well,
And I know
you're
you
in
can't
space
do
for
that.
65 years on a planet. Like, you have
I
no
know,
have
and that's
that
not their
many.
job. I'm just saying that, like, I look at it and I think, like, why would you like think that this is a good idea? And
These
I mean, it's
people,
cool. That's
they
the
might
point.
many of them seem to not think it's a good idea. They're basically enslaved. They have no agency. They have no authority. They have no right. Like Boy Cavalier and Mrs. Granddaughter are back on the planet.
Mrs. Granddaughter.
Or like,
Yeah, but even when Zoya tries to get out of the stuff, it's just gonna go to like Morrow anyway.
yeah, and the big threat is like, oh, I'm going to dock you a quarter share, a half a share.
I don't even know how much a share is.
I don't either, but it's not apparently that much, right?
I was
Couple
gonna say, I hope
bucks.
it's a lot if they gave up all their life for it, but yeah, who knows? Maybe
Yeah.
it's like they gave it up so they wouldn't.
I
be
think
as-
they're not. It's not
It's
like
2070 money.
this is not like Star Trek where you could be like, no, Captain, I disagree with you. We have a moral imperative to not endanger our right.
Like you can take a rescue or a pod and go off into space by yourself and be like, okay, screw you, bye. They're kind of stuck there. So, but yeah, they put it in cryo sleep, and like Sarah says, all the chaos happened when he was asleep. Yeah, they kind of put it there and forget about it. Like it's not. I don't know. I feel like lock it in somewhere. They just guess and hope. You're right. It's a lot of assumptions, which is part of the issue.
Oh, does Sarah mean a lot? Sarah means the chaos happened while Morrow was asleep, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I thought she meant when the was in cryo sleep. But yeah, probably that makes
that was like super crazy at the opening of the episode when they're like, Morrow, wake up. Okay, so the captain's dead, and this other guy is almost dead, and there's a xenomorph. Like, what? He's the head
But
of
these
security.
two other people were getting it on, and I took some footage.
Yeah, like
of it.
why did it take that long to wake him up if he's head of security? But to be fair, I'm glad they did that though, because as much as we enjoyed this flashback, I feel like if we got all the lead up to it, it wouldn't have been as enjoyable. We didn't need that. So
it's just another thing where these people, it's like if they sent the three of us on a spaceship and we're like, collect some aliens and come back. And we, we might do better because we've watched a lot more space shows than these people have.
We would not bring them. We would not bring them in.
I'd marry the eyeball alien.
And you're right, Misha. They are very desperate. They're doing things that they probably should not be doing.
Hey, Jamie, do you see Scarlett's avatar down there? Can you redo it so next week there's a big eye in there?
Oh,
I just keep using the same one that she had from before.
You can also make a great graphic of a pulsating eye.
Put Doc Ock in there, whatever.
Yeah, I'll have to try.
I'm in love.
And then we have what's his face there, who's looking at the girl.
Do you have to wear your
Creepy McCreeper? Can we just call him Creepy McCreeper looking at the lady?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they have to wear their underwear in cryo. Who knows?
I mean, if I had a creeper jerking off, I'd be like, let me wrap myself up in my flannel nightgown or whatever, right? And
with a blanket on top of that.
Can I sleep on my stomach so I don't wake up and see that? Right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if I want to sleep on my stomach, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Then you might.
You guys know what Mr. Tang's job is? Like, what is his deal?
Is he a human or is he a mix?
He's very robot-y, isn't he?
Yeah, I think.
What's his deal?
I thought he was supposed to be like a synthetic or whatever, but I don't know, because the only one they ever commented before on that was Morrow, so we really don't know. Yeah. Let's see. We have more.
There he is. He's a creeper.
Creepers creeping.
I
agree. So I took that picture because it's like a cool picture. I guess that's the egg. It looks like a big watermelon.
No,
but
I think it's that plant thing that.
Which surely is man-eating also.
Audrey 3.
That's true. That's funny. All right. So Morrow goes back to see what has been let out. Let's find out.
Let's find out.
Trying to find out more about the fire and everything. But the tanks are open, and then
he asked some good questions. They're like, when we went down into storage, 2 of the tanks were open. I guess that's how these face huggers got out. And he's like, why were they open? And they're like, we don't know. Like, what?
Yeah, yeah. At least he's doing his job.
I mean, do you think that they're so careless, or do you think the mole purposely let them out?
Well, I think the mole let him out. I think that's the whole point. Because
that wasn't part of the deal. The deal was to crash the ship and bring the
I guess that's true. The deal was to crash the ship and get the aliens into Prodigy territory. Yeah.
But they could have gotten out. I mean, the space chicks got out pretty easy.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just not making sure everything's tight.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe we'll find out, but I don't know.
Or like what you said, underestimating their intelligence.
Yeah. But I assume that that's from a xenomorph. So
that's the acid, right? That's where the acid is going down and down and down.
Yeah.
He was complaining about fire, but he throws a cigar down it. So I'm like, what?
Yeah, he again smoking.
He's gonna start our fire.
Is he a robot with a sex drive? Creeper.
Oh, Mr. Chang. We're talking about
Creeper. Probably.
Yeah, I really don't know if he is, but he definitely acts like one. But I don't think we.
You know, one of the most famous scenes in Alien, the first movie, is where Bishop tries to kill Ripley, right? And he's got her on the table and he's trying to remember he rolls up a magazine and he's jamming it in her throat to try to suffocate her, and it's a porno mag. A porno mag.
Yeah.
It's a pornographic magazine that he's using to try to.
It's a pornographic mag.
It's a porno mag, like the Beastie Boys. My mom threw away.
That's porno mag.
That's funny.
Pornographic material. Well, Ridley Scott has a lot to say about men, women, and sex and everything else.
Well, and misogyny.
Oh yeah, especially space misogyny.
Mm-hmm.
So Morrow is looking at the footage, the CCTV, whatever you call it, footage.
This kind of reminded me of Blade Runner. That scene in Blade Runner where Harrison Ford is run through that photo.
Yeah,
kind of.
Has a little machine that does it and it clicks. So this one doesn't click, but it reminds me of it.
Yeah, and see this again, like the old tech. It's very doesn't fit with the rest.
It's very 2070.
It has to be. It's a prequel. It cannot be better technology than they had in the movie Alien.
Yeah,
I didn't think about it that way. Yeah,
it's a
it still takes place though in the future. See, that's what's confusing to me. When did Alien take place? Well, I guess maybe it didn't take place probably
after 2170.
After 2120.
It was filmed back then. All right, fair enough.
They can't have technology that's better than the movie that's going to come next.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Agreed.
That's smart then that he did that. But anyway, he watches him get killed by the face huggers. But then not get killed, get face hugged.
Face.
I think hug sounds better. And you're right, Misha. The eggs weren't secured either. I don't think they took precautions on any of these things very well. That's for sure.
They're like, they're just eggs. What could be in them?
Make an omelet on one of them. We get hungry.
Well, just make some big chickens.
Yeah.
Space chicken.
But it's Eurovision. But anyway, he sees the saboteur and he's like, something he did. This person did something. He can't see who it is, though, other than it seems to be a male. And there's a blind spot that he can't really see much. And then he also watches the two of them, Zora and
doing it.
Yeah. And meanwhile,
I feel like he didn't really have to linger on that.
Pornography.
But yeah, he's watching it. I think it was also partially though. Maybe just to kind of superimpose, like she was supposed to be, I think, remembering it at the same time he was watching it. I took it as
that's because she got that tube of fine Utah sand.
Yeah, there's the Utah soil, and she's like, "We're gonna be there soon." And she's
trying to vampire him. The soil of your home state will help you, like a vampire, but it's not. Because you're not a vampire.
Yeah, very weird. But then we go to. This is the scene where he's like, I thought we were going to collect rocks and stuff for the biological survey. And he's like,
poor Malachite. And his name's a rock. So
yes, he's named Malachite. He's named after a stone, right?
Poor guy.
Yeah, and he's like, how do you know all this stuff? And it's like, oh, he probably went to school. Like, maybe you should have.
But see, now granted, he's not on the ship to be the captain. He's there to be like an engineer's apprentice. He's an entry level. He's an entry level guy learning a trade, right?
He probably started this trip when he was like 8.
He's very dumb. But he's not.
I'm just saying, if you agree to go on this ship, you probably should pay attention to what they're going to do before you agree.
I mean, he's uneducated, but he's definitely uneducated. He later proves to be not that smart. But he's not there to be a rocket scientist, right? He's there to learn how to like. I'm not saying that people who do mechanical work are not smart.
No.
I'm just saying this particular guy is maybe not that smart.
And it's funny though. I mean, obviously it's done as a joke, but it's like, yeah. And Samuel says that Morrow needed to analyze every detail for research purposes.
Oh, of their sex scene.
Yeah, he looked at that for a little bit too long.
Yeah, I think so. So yeah.
At least he didn't keep running it back and forth like the other scene.
Yeah.
There's also the conversation they have about the pie. I love that. He's like, if you put half of that pie away, you'll have 2 pies. And he's like, you ate it last time. He's like, oh, I already tried that.
Well, he's like, each half then becomes a whole. Well, how can a half be a whole? Like
yeah, but then he's like, oh, I already tried that. That was funny. Like, he's just trying to get the pie. But just ask for the damn pie. But Morrow comes up, and this is where he says, you know, it's been sabotaged. He needs blueprints because someone's trying to get around the place. And if you tell anybody, blah, 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 he threatens him. Yeah. And then we have Morrow talking to, what's his name, Clem?
Yeah.
You know, I kept thinking every time he did that, they totally, I mean, I know they didn't, but it's what it makes me think of, like totally ripping off T-1000, right? Like when he, I mean, I said it's not really ripping it off, but it's totally very reminiscent of that. Whenever his hand turns,
his knife hand, his laser arm, knife arm, his multi-tool arm.
It's multi-tool.
I'm there for it. I like it. I'm there for it. I'm just saying it makes me
like
think
a Swiss Army knife in his hand. A Swiss Army knife.
Yeah. But he's like, it could be anyone, even me. And he's like, did you do it? Basically, he's like no, this is an example. Don't do that.
He doesn't understand sarcasm. He's taking everything, literal. I wouldn't like mess with him.
Yeah, a little too literal. But he wants him to go fix the footage that's been tampered with or whatever in order to.
He wants him. Oh, Morrow wants Clem
to do that. And he does give him a gun. He says, we're going to put it on stun because, of the acid.
Yeah.
And then Zora goes to.
She should have stayed in that room for the whole rest of the episode.
Yes, to seal herself in.
Would have survived. She would have died. But she goes to talk to Mother.
I love this room, by the way. This is not a full shot of it, but when she goes in it, when Mara goes in, we saw before. I love this room that's white.
It's very Kubrick.
Oh, there it is, Jamie. I love it.
Very
so
2001.
Cool.
And I really
2001.
Hilarious, that kind of style.
I love it.
Yeah, I like it. It's really cool too. But yeah, she goes to talk to the computer, and the computer tells her, which we already knew, that the cargo's top priority, and she has to acknowledge it. And it's like, if you don't, he's going to take over and screw you. So, like, she has no choice. Basically, what it says. Also, I'm not sure what this was in reference to, but
the keyboard was interesting. It had a bunch of little symbols on it, even though this is all in English.
Yeah, I think also it's cool. Like the wall here has like the lights. Some of them have words on it, but not all.
Yeah, so it's like buffer, bubble memory.
Yeah, bubble memory. It's weird shit because
only
some of them have it.
One said barbecue on it. You hit it for barbecue, I guess.
It said barbecue.
No,
it looks like BBQ.
I think it's 8BO. It's part of the number.
It's BBQ. If you want barbecue, you hit it. Mother gives you some barbecue.
That'd be kind of cool. Hey, maybe it's got like a Jetsons thing going on, right? But yeah, either way, he's gonna take over if she doesn't do what they say. So she really doesn't have a choice either way. Then we have this stuff with Morrow. And look, I mean, I get that this was totally to humanize him more, but it
By the way,
doesn't make me
I love
like
that shot. I love that shot, by the way, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's cool, yeah. And there's
But yeah,
the cat.
That design's great.
And there's the poor cat who we're going to see what happens to that
Where's
cat.
the cat at?
It's on the far left of
there.
the.
Yeah, I was worried about that cat because I
You
didn't
hear
really see it.
meow when he walks in. The cat meows.
Yeah, there is a little meow.
And that cat's going to become an octo cat before this show is over, right?
Yeah.
That Jones.
Poor cat.
Oh, P. Jones.
So Jamie, you were saying it's supposed to humanize Morrow, you think?
Yeah, but it doesn't make me like him, and I don't
Like,
mean
sympathize?
I like him as a character, but like him as in he's the guy you're not rooting for because he's like threatening this kid and everything. It doesn't make me as sympathetic as I think maybe it's supposed to make you, I guess. Like I feel bad for him, but it doesn't excuse all the stuff he's doing now in the present of the show, I guess, is the way I'm looking at it.
No, of course not. I think it underscores his commitment to rounding up and catching these things now that they've crashed. Where the idea
He doesn't have any reason not to.
That he's like, I'm gonna catch these things. It's my life's work, and then I'm gonna also kill Boy Cavalier. I think he says, right?
Sure.
But
who doesn't want to do that?
I want to. I want to punch that little kid in the face. But
yeah,
I think it doesn't humanize him, but it gives it gives a little bit of motivation to his like drive to recapture all these aliens.
Well, I mean, he obviously had the drive regardless of his family because he gave up everything to go here. But yes, he has nothing to lose now. And I got to say, I'm guessing that is supposed to be a dinosaur, but I have to be honest, when I first saw it, that's not what I saw.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I'm sorry. I can't help it.
I was trying to just make it out. I was like, what?
Yeah, I know. It's like,
I think because his family is all gone and his daughter died, I think like
there's nothing to lose.
No, I don't think it's that he has something to lose. I think that he has like to make it mean something. He has something to gain by it. He has to have the sacrifice that he made by going to space for 65 years was for his daughter, right?
Yeah.
And she's dead, so it's meaningless. But by like transferring that commitment to the research and the weaponization or whatever Yutani wants to do with his hand, like he's got to have, it has to mean something. And so this is what he's latched onto, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
Maybe he could get a building named after his daughter later on, something like that. Memorial.
Yeah. I mean, probably he'll be killed, I hope, by the end.
Yeah, probably he'll die in this.
But, or maybe not. We might get a second season if we're lucky. But I think.
With all new cast.
I think. So, Jamie, you said he has nothing to lose. I don't really want to disagree with you. The flip side of that coin is he's lost everything.
Yeah, and he has nothing to live for.
And this is, so he's got to have something to, right?
Yeah.
Because he's lost everything.
That's true, yeah. So it makes everything, it underscores everything else.
Yes.
So then we have Raheem, who is sending that is such a great shot of the prop department made. Look at that guy. That is so creepy.
I know. I had to stop it and look at it and like approach my TV to really get a good look at it.
Yeah. So yeah, he's sending it out the airlock, basically saying it should have been me. And then he's like,
burial at sea, essentially, right?
Yeah, burial at space. And then we Morrow having memories here of his daughter when he last saw her and saying, if you want to talk to me, just this is where I am in the sky. Like that's really gonna make her feel better. But I'm up here. I'll never see you again.
He's never coming back.
There you go.
I mean, he might not have told her he was never coming back. She was only 11. Maybe she didn't learn that. I don't know. We don't know.
Didn't know, but I'm just saying, like that's so helpful.
10 and 11-year-olds are pretty smart.
Look up at this star or whatever, and you'll suddenly.
I thought it was kind of sad and cute.
It was sad. Yeah, no, I'm being facetious. It was sad, but yeah,
it's very space oddity.
Yeah. But yeah, they're sitting on the beach. It was sad. I mean, he's lost everything. It like I said, it still doesn't excuse what he's done. Now, this is where it says mission year 8 of 65. Mr. Moore, this will inform you that your daughter, Estelle, 18, died in a fire that destroyed her home on the 12th of April. Her effects have been placed in storage for you on your return in 53 years. Now, 53 and 8 do not equal
61.
65.
61. Yep.
Does that mean they're not going to hold his stuff?
So
They're going to screw him over?
They're going to put his stuff on, like, what is that show where they bid on your storage?
Like Storage Wars or something?
Storage Wars. They're going to put his stuff on Storage Wars.
Yeah, because they just got the year wrong. They're like, yeah, we got it wrong. No, we really didn't.
I don't know. I mean, either that somebody who's just really stupid and can't add and made a dumb mistake, or I don't know. I just wonder if it's like a joke or something that was like they stuck in there because it just seems so obvious.
It could just be a mistake. I don't really want to call the production staff really stupid.
No, I don't mean stupid. A dumb mistake that somebody made. Not that the person that made it's necessarily dumb. I mean, you make mistakes like that. You can type it wrong. But I'm just saying, like, it seems really, really obvious. But again, like you always tell me, they don't expect people to read the screenshots. But you would think at this point they would, because they know we're like this. Also, you learn, which I didn't realize, and maybe they said before, but his name's Kumi. Moro is his last name. I never really thought about it.
What's his name?
Kumi?
K-U-M-I.
K-U-M-I?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. The daughter may be alive. That's a good point, too. I did think that at one point.
By Prodigy. Probably kidnapped by our corporation.
Yeah, I kind of feel, though, like, if that's the case, that's something that's like for season 2 or something like that.
Yeah, she's going to be older than he is. He's going to come back and he's going to be like 20 years older.
Interesting though, if like they did almost kill her or something and did use her as one of the experiments to put in a body or something later on, like maybe she's burnt or something. And I mean, I know
her in college,
but
she'd be too old by now. But
yeah, oh, that's true. Yeah, because it said she was 19. Yeah, she'd be too old. Yeah. It's a thought, but yes, she's too old. You're right, or was too old.
Unless they perform like they put her in states,
and the technology didn't exist back then when she died. But
yeah.
Anyway, but she could be alive in a different way. She could have faked her own death to get away, to not have to go to get out of like she. Yeah. It sounded a little bit like she also was bound by the
company
that Mara made with the company. She's like, if you read the previous letter, the long letter that said like, I want to go to college on one of the old world colleges. They'll only pay if I go to their college and they get a job in their place. I don't want to do that. Like she also was like being tracked into the corporation.
Yeah, she's talking about Harvard and stuff.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, I didn't get that screen capture.
That's all right.
That's why I thought that maybe the other company has something to do with either kidnapped her or something. She could turn up older in the second season.
Or maybe she just was like, I'm out. Let me take my own death.
I have no idea why I took a picture of the spaceship right before it blew up. But
beautiful.
There's a hole blown in the side of the spaceship that I didn't get a picture of for some stupid reason. But you know,
can we go quickly to Misha? I think they personally chose expendable people for those trips.
Oh, I'm sure.
Less.
People that
that might be too. Like they're not going to choose the smartest of the bunch. They're not going to choose the smart scientists they need, right? They're going to choose.
I think all things considered, they would like the smart scientist, but they want the smart scientist who has gambling debts, or the smart scientist whose daughter has cancer, or the smart scientist who can be. I think I think they want a smart scientist. I don't think they want a dumb scientist, but I think they want the person who they can leverage and control, and who maybe, as Misha says, they don't have a lot of family that's going to be like, hey, I lost contact with my dad. Where is he? Hey, when's my mother coming home? Hey, why are you, right? Like people that nobody's going to know.
Killed his family or pretended to kill his family.
Like if you say the whole crew's expendable, they better not be the children of senators and billionaires, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Not like a children of senators is going to be on this thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but maybe they were a genius scientist who wanted to go study, like, aliens. Like,
like that malachite or whatever.
Malachite.
So yeah,
every time you say that, I think of Children of the Corn. Malachite.
Oh, it's not going to be long for this ship.
So they're talking again about the sabotage, and they're trying at first not to talk in front of Tang, but he's like, I'm not stupid. I know what's going on.
Turns out he knows more than anyone knows.
I know, right? But yeah, their fuel's down to 8%. They've got maybe 24 hours. They're screwed. They have no navigation. Zora here wants to wake up the rest of the people on the ship, but they don't really get to discuss it very long because the alarm goes off before they can do a whole lot here.
That kind of would have been a good idea. Like, they need an army, right?
Yeah, they definitely do. Yeah, because they need to capture it. Like, maybe they could have captured it alive if they had it. But yeah, they don't have enough help, maybe. But they find out that there has been, I got a good picture of the ship, that there's been a cryopod quarantine breach. Because I don't remember anybody's name but Malachi. Yeah.
Yes, Samuel. Yes, Samuel. And it haunts me. Malachi.
And there's no reason to memorize these names.
Yeah. No, he means from Children of the Corn.
Well, yeah, I know.
So yeah.
Wait, Jamie, I was going to say something about the people sleeping. Oh, so when they're like, let's wake up all these people who are sleeping. So we presume they were all killed in the crash, right? Everyone who, like, we don't know how many there are, 5, 10, 15, 20 people in stasis in cryo. They were probably all killed when the ship crashed, right?
Yeah.
By now they would have crawled out, right?
Or Morrow killed them.
I think Mara, if they were alive, Mara would have killed them, so they couldn't, like,
yeah.
I don't know, they were asleep. They didn't have any evidence, but yeah.
Yeah. But at any rate, Bronski's dead. The facehucker's gotten out of the cryopod. And this is where they talk about the xenomorph, and they're like, how big is it going to get? And that's why I said, like, they seem to know somewhat about it at this point. But yeah, because Morrow says something like that it deposited its eggs or whatever in that body. So they know that much about the xenomorph. They know that it's a chest burster because that guy has a big hole in his
That's
chest.
why I like to see the planets they're from. Is this like planet that's hopping with xenomorphs, or is it only a couple?
I mean, do we think they went to a planet much like the planet in the movie Alien that only had eggs and they only collected eggs?
Yeah.
Or did they see xenomorphs in the wild roaming around?
It's all running around.
Running
around. Of them. Herds of them running around.
That could be like a cool prequel, right? Let's just have a show with a bunch of morphies running around.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
So anyway, they do talk a bit about the xenomorph that hatched, and Zora's like, we can't kill it because it'll bleed acid, and that's when he says non-lethal. We have to capture it, not kill it. And he gives her and Clem guns. They're the only ones that have the guns.
They're just stun guns. They're like tasers, basically, right?
Well, I think they were guns, and he turned something on it. It looked like he turned.
So they're like phasers that you set for stun or kill.
I would assume so. Yeah, something like that. Because it showed him doing something to the gun, so he changed them. But he only gave it to himself, Clem, and Zora there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Chibuzo here, who is working with the ticks and trying to find out more about them. I think it was she called them ticks, I think. And we know. Yeah.
Well, they call them space ticks later.
I mean, they're essentially ticks. We've seen them suck people.
She's torturing these poor ticks.
Really? Yeah. She's giving them a rat. She gave them a rat to eat. Come on.
Because they don't eat dead material. She said they have to be so hungry, desperately hungry. Poor little ticks.
Because they haven't eaten in 2 weeks. She hasn't given them anything to eat in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
She's trying to guess
space animals.
She doesn't know they won't eat dead tissue. She's trying to figure out if they will. That's the experiment.
Well, it seems like they're not.
Well, no, the one went right down there and started sucking its blood. The first tick went right down there.
Because they're desperately hungry, little creatures.
But the point is,
they just want to go home.
Scarlett, she says, like, are they eating the oxygen in the blood or just the blood? And this will tell me, because it's a dead one, doesn't have any. Like, she had a scientific hypothesis. It was a legit experiment. And she assumes she's working on a lower species that is basically like a tick or a glorified, and that it's not intelligent.
They need one of those machines that measures brain waves, like they have on Prodigy.
It turns out to be able to be. It turns to be pretty intelligent, but she's. I mean, it's an experiment. She's like, and look, not eating for 2 weeks is not a big deal. I have a pet turtle, and he routinely refuses to eat for like a week if he doesn't like the type of lettuce I put in there.
If this was a space cat and they were starving it, you'd be so sad.
No. This tick is like, it's like a space 2-year-old toddler that
nobody respects space ticks,
right? But anyway, she's like trying to do this experiment, and
and we do know from before that one thing that attached to the guy's neck, we saw like it sucked his blood and it got like really big, like a
and then it's just like a tick, right?
Lychee.
Just like a regular, like a regular tick that you pick up.
Yeah.
But anyway, the important thing is that she closes it in.
She does close it.
Yeah. And it slides open the lock because that sucker's smart.
Yep.
That was unbelievable. I was kind of surprised because it looks like an insect, right? And it also has it sticks out its little arm is like the size of like a mosquito leg. It's like as wide as a piece of hair, right? And then it's manages to push the switch. It's pretty resilient and strong. Its little skinny, tiny little leg is made out of some crazy, super steel-like material, and it opens it. It's smart. It's just been waiting for this opportunity. So I'm kind of wondering if I don't know if Jamie was shot of Octo trying to save her or distract her or whatever was happening.
Save her.
There he is. You think Octo was saving her?
Oh yeah, knocking on the glass trying to get her attention.
I'm not sure Octo didn't make her look away, so its little tick friend could escape.
I don't think so. I think it's on its own. Doesn't like xenomorphs. Loves the ladies. Loves human women.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know which. I think like I said later in the episode makes me think that Scarlet could be right, but at this point I didn't know if it was more like
that it likes women and not men.
It was I
like certain humans because it's got its own high intelligence. Like it would bond with people, creatures of higher intelligence.
It's very intelligent,
yeah. But I didn't know if it was just done as a joke or there was more to it.
It was done as a joke too. It was a bit, but it was funny. But it also had a reason.
But it also, I'm thinking, there's also a possibility that it's scared of those things, and it thinks if they get out, it's going to get at me. I mean,
probably.
Could just be that was mine.
Feels like anybody's blood, sure, right? Yeah.
And but yeah, because I think, and I don't know, but like the fact that it goes into the human, it goes into the sheep, it goes into that. I feel like part of that is like a learning thing. Like it wants to reproduce or whatever they do with its tentacles. But I think it's also learning about these creatures each time it does that. And yeah, I do think that it was trying to tell her, hey, look what's going on. But was it because it was trying to save her? I don't know. But at least at this point in the episode, I definitely was like, I'm not sure. Maybe it's just scared that it's going to come after it at next. I mean, we don't know.
I don't think it's malevolent towards humans. It might be neutral towards humans or like certain humans.
I think your idea that it's trying to learn is a huge assumption based on almost nothing.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely an assumption. I'm just saying the fact that it's like gone into different species, like just from what I've seen of other.
That's interesting. Interesting theory because it could be learning about different animal types by being in them.
Yeah, but that's just right. That is an assumption, but that's an assumption based on different things I've watched,
different things that are not from this. I mean, I think it's trying to.
I think it wants a host with vocal abilities. I definitely think it was trying to talk to.
Yeah, Sarah. It's taking over a different host to try to communicate.
You can't flirt with human ladies if you don't have a beautiful singing voice.
I mean,
it's gonna be like, "Hello, my babies. Hello, my honey's."
I mean, we haven't seen any of the. So the ticks are sucking blood. They're feeding. They're consuming. They're feeding. Right. The we talked many times about the xenomorph doesn't eat, as far as we know. And
just wastes its food.
Octo baby doesn't seem to really. He doesn't eat, or so it went into the cat, and the cat wasn't really able to commute. The poor cat. I don't know what's with the cat because the cat belies. The cat is.
Yeah, I think the cat was already dead and like in two pieces by the time the Aqua thing found it.
The cat can't communicate.
Didn't Kirsch say something though in the other episode when it was watching them, saying it was learning?
No, I think he just said this is a very intelligent.
I thought he said something like it was learning. I don't know, but anyway, but yes, I definitely think at any rate it's trying to say, "Hey, look at that."
What's it trying to say? What's it trying to say? I will kill you. You know, like what's that show where in Independence Day where the president mind melted? He's like with the aliens, like, we can help you. What do you want? He says, die. And it's like die, right?
No, I think he's like, pretty lady, move, pretty lady.
I don't know, but it is. I think it is trying to alert her that that's
yeah.
there.
I think so. I think that's totally purposeful.
But yeah, I think later it seems to.
Why would it do that? Why would it do that?
Because it likes the ladies.
No, seriously, Scarlett. Why would it do that?
Because it loves human women.
No, really.
Because it loves human women, because it has intelligence.
All right,
it's attracted to some of the humans. Maybe it's male. Maybe it's attracted. Maybe it wants to copulate with them. I don't know. I don't judge.
Let's bet 25 cents on that.
What?
Let's bet 25 cents on that.
Sure.
Like we're gonna bet on
I have to send it to you in the mail.
We got 2 bets now. Nibs being pregnant and Eyeball likes the
these are 2 quarters. Oh my god, I don't have another quarter.
50 cents? I'll spot you the quarter.
At any rate,
I'm sure Nibs is pregnant with something.
As I've been trying to say.
Maybe ideas.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's just I do think when it was making those noises later, it was trying to talk to Morrow.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think it's trying to communicate her. That's a good point too. It was either trying to alert her or was excited and realized this was a chance to escape. Yeah, maybe it's saying let me out. Maybe it's saying I'll help you. I'll
I think it didn't want space text.
I do kind of think it was like, hey, look over here, turn your head here while that thing tries to escape. Like I do think it could have been helping the ticks.
It could be. The specimens don't seem to get along though. So yeah, maybe not. I don't know. I think at any rate, I think it's really interesting and I want to know more. That's
you might never know more because I think the point of this episode was partly that the human crew has assumed these were non-intelligent creatures. They're very intelligent and they should not be brought to Earth.
Yes,
right?
I want a season 2 where this eyeball tentacle thing is a rom-com and he gets in the eye of some guy and he romances human women.
You write a fanfic, Scarlett.
She says, and how
hey, I should be a writer. I got good ideas.
Yeah, how dim the vessel was.
Ones I haven't done before.
Register it opened. Yeah, you would think that tank would have
beeped or something, like a little beep.
Let her
like
know.
maybe it would go whoop whoop whoop.
Yeah, exactly.
An alarm.
At least a little beep.
Any more
beep,
attention?
Beep.
Yeah. And yeah, then that tick thing left out little, I don't know, tadpoles.
Put this tadpoles in her water bottle. So that's
it looks like squirting sperm. I'm sorry, that's all I could think when I saw this.
I just thought about tadpoles.
Sexy.
Tadpoles. I'm not sure if
gross.
I'm not sure if it just wanted to put its babies into water. Or if it was hoping, let me finish. Or if it was hoping that she would drink them because they reproduce inside an organic.
Yeah,
body,
I think these are just different forms of parasites that they've got.
Yeah, I definitely
that the company may have wanted parasites.
Yeah, or to drink it. I mean, I think.
The xenomorph is a parasite that reproduces inside an organic body, also, right?
I think they might have want to weaponize all these as parasites.
Yeah, Samuel says that the T. ocellus, however you say it.
That's the eye monster.
That from trivia.
And a xenomorph has built-in eye protection.
I don't think it has any eyes. Does it have eyes? Little Morphe on the corner here has eyes, but does a xenomorph have eyes? I don't think so.
I don't know, but it's very interesting that it doesn't have a place, it seems like, for it to burrow at any rate.
Well, it's totally armored. The xenomorph is an armored, I feel like it is, you know how the way like a beetle or certain insects have like a shell,
like an exoskeleton kind of thing.
Yes, but the xenomorph exoskeleton is like as strong as Kevlar or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hi, Doc. It says, can the eye withstand the acid blood?
Good question.
That is a good question. We do not know.
Well, maybe we'll find out.
Yeah, maybe we'll find out. I don't want to find out though, because unless it does withstand it, because sometimes, I mean, as gross as that thing is, it is kind of cute, isn't it? Like they've made it like this thing that it's like,
one day I'm going to marry that.
I think it's a little bit not that choosy. So it goes into the cat's body. The cat might have already been dead when it went in that body, right? It wasn't very useful. It attacks it attacked Nibs, who is not an organic body, and who
not a human lady,
and doesn't have like a real eyeball and an optic nerve or whatever. Like I don't know if he's really ever taken her over. And the xenomorph doesn't have any visible eyes that anyone has ever
but
seen.
Morphe does. Morphe has a little eye on the side of his head.
Morphe does look like
he's
he has
so
a little
cute.
eye,
Little
Morphe does, but the xenomorph in general.
I don't think so.
So I feel, while I sometimes feel like Octo is very intelligent, I also think he's just like jumping on whoever he can to try to like, I don't know, but I think he's not as choosy.
Yeah. Question though, we're calling it like Octo Eye or whatever. Do you notice it only has 7 tentacles? I just noticed that.
Oh, Jimmy, that could be.
He's got a special 8th one.
I don't know.
For the human ladies.
I noticed that when I was looking at it. It has 7, which is kind of odd. And I don't know if it's just
no, it's going to be Septa Eye.
If the prop, whatever, got damaged, who knows? But it's got 7, which is
it's Opta Eye then. I mean, not Opta Eye. Septa Eye.
Septa Eye. No, I think you just don't see the leg.
But I don't know.
Can I go to Doc? Doc, there was no cat in the episode. Doc, there was a cat in the episode.
There was a cat.
I think maybe Doc was not with us when we talked about.
We had a picture of it.
Wait. When Morrow goes into his bedroom and he goes through all of the artifacts, do you see the cat in the far left? And
Doc, this kitty right here.
And Doc, if you watch it again, when he comes in the room, when we go into that room, the cat meows. You can hear the cat meow in the beginning of that.
You can see the cat.
You can see it on the left. Yeah. So it's a blink and you miss it scene. I'm not surprised Doc and probably thousands of people
didn't see it.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a really hard thing to catch.
Fair, I'm taking screen capture, so
and that's where the cat came from in the what we saw earlier in the season. But if you weren't, you could miss it. I happened to hear the cat and then I looked up.
Yeah. Well, the cat was in the pilot too, running around.
Yeah, but Doc is saying there was no cat, so where did the cat come from? And we're saying here's the cat. Like Doc is like, there was no cat in the scene, so where the cat come from later?
Well, in the episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Doc is saying there was no. Where'd that cat come from in the first episode? This is where it came from.
I think he's saying it wasn't
just
in
adopted
this episode. Why did it come?
If you didn't see that cat in this episode, you'd be like, "Where was that cat that came from?"
Oh my God, was that from another planet?
This is where it came from. Yeah.
The space cat.
Can we call the cat Jack Hepta Eye? No, because it's Octo Eye. It's Octo. It's not Hepta. We just don't see the leg.
No,
there.
Septa Eye.
Septa. Hepta is 6, right? Septa is 8, 7.
I don't know. Anyway,
or
multi-eye. Jack multi-eye.
Okay, Misha says, I doubt aliens would see a difference in our genders. So, don't know.
It has an eye. It has eyes for the ladies.
Thank you, Misha.
And Doc also said the Predators use xenomorph hides to build ships and armor in the old novels, which is right. And Samuel says they have eye sockets, but I don't know if they have eyes.
Oh, the xenomorph has an eye socket? Really?
Yes.
I gotta watch for that.
See, when you did this little Morphe, I thought maybe it was just taken from a xenomorph, and I thought maybe it had a little tiny divot there, like a tiny eye divot.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not perfect. 6 is Hex, though. I don't know.
Morphe, you're perfect. Don't ever change.
But Septa though is also a lot of times 7, so I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, Hepta might be. Yeah. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
We can just call him Oculus.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. The Hepta is in Greek. We use Septa. Okay. Well, I don't know Greek. Yeah, but that's probably true. Wow, we're getting a lot of people tonight. Thanks, guys.
That's great.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving.
Yeah. All right. So, Karen's like, let's get out of here now. I'm kidding. So anyway, I'm sorry. I keep seeing so many phallic things in this episode, and I'm not trying to, I swear to God, but everything I see, I keep thinking, God, that looks like
it's
alien. It's H.R. Giger as best.
It looks like a tongue or like a.
It looks like a tongue, yeah.
Also,
but he saw it came out, and he's like, this guy, Raheem, and he's like, you didn't shut it, and she's like, I guess not, but yeah, clearly she shut it.
She shut it. Yeah,
she didn't put the top on it.
That's what I thought, but I think that top is what it slid the thing of, because that's what I thought at first, and then I
No, it didn't have it when it slid it
No,
up.
that top was not on. That top was not on.
Okay,
and
it's a safety top.
It flipped a little switch on the lower part. Yeah.
Okay. Then I guess I was right the first time. But either way, it's smart.
I think she just didn't think they could get out because she didn't think they were.
Let's put it this way: it's smarter than her since she didn't put the top back on, right?
Well, but she closed the thing that was under it. I mean, this is a second top. She closed it. She didn't.
Always put on the second top.
Let's not act like she was totally deficient. She closed it
like an idiot.
But we saw her do it. We saw her closing it, guys.
He's also putting food in it, and it's probably like a pain in the ass to keep closing it completely every time and doing
when you're trying to torture her space.
She closed it. She absolutely closed it. We saw her close it.
Yeah. But she needs to put the safety top on.
Yes, correct.
Right though, with Doc's right with that though. The top's not on.
Gross.
It's just a latex glove.
But she closes the thing. We saw her close the thing. It closes. The lid
closed the iris on it. She didn't put the lid on.
She did.
But she needs to put the safety cap on.
The top was not on, and she was just reaching in with a latex glove. Yeah, I kind of wondered she's getting pretty close to touching them too. I kind of thought that. So they're not, as we said, some of their procedures are not maybe the smartest scientifically.
Lack of discipline, right? Lack of discipline is their downfall.
Yeah. And then something's out. We knew that was going to happen. It's red, as she said earlier, which means it's gotten out of containment. And there we see the octo-eye, septa-eye, whatever. That thing now has 8 tentacles, so I guess it is.
It's a full floor.
Told ya.
9 now. I'm counting 9 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. I count 9. I don't know. I give up. It has a lot of tentacles.
It's a very flexible creature.
Yeah. The eye sockets are underneath the dome-like head covering. Now, is that like canon, or are you just guessing? Or are you? I'm just curious. Like, is that a theory or is that canon?
Kind of like where Morphe has them, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Misha says Xeno does have eyes, I believe. It would be interesting if they developed armor because they fight against these aliens. Like if they developed their facial features like that, as like a defense mechanism.
Yeah,
which could be a possibility. So anyway, Morphe flings herself. She calls it a she, if you noticed.
She does call it a she, yes.
Calls it a she. Flings itself.
Thoroughly, maybe it likes ladies in a different way.
That's a good point. She didn't say it.
It could like the ladies either way.
Still like judge. Anyway, she flings herself against the glass to knock the glass over, breaks, and she's like, "Yay, I'm free!
Yay!" Well, maybe that's why it likes females. Maybe being a female itself wants to have all the ladies.
I don't know. I called my turtle a she. I called my turtle a she for like 20 years. My vet said it was a she. And then my new vet said it was a he. And it turns out he's a he.
Well, it's hard to tell the sex of a turtle.
Well, it's hard to tell the sex of an eyeball.
I was going to say, the sex of an alien. But anyway, Misha says in Alien 3, we see how it sees. So that's interesting.
Oh, okay.
In Alien 3, we do? That thing is in Alien 3? Wow.
No, the xenomorph.
No, the xenomorph.
The xenomorph.
Yeah, I didn't know if the xenomorph was blind or not, but it sees in Alien 3, so.
Yeah. All right.
Xenovision.
So then, what'd you say?
Xenovision. I like it.
Xenovision.
Well, they had the Activision, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, Xenovision.
Yep.
Forgive me, little alien, for calling you a male and misidentifying you.
So I got pictures of the whole. I love this ship design. Is so cool, right?
It's cool, yeah.
But anyway,
and then it's very consistent with
Alien.
With the style. So yeah, the Zora is telling them about the fact that Bronsky's dead and the xenomorph got out. And this is where she says the xenomorph is growing fast. They want to capture it. And this is Tang's like, tell them about the fuel. And this is where they say they're flying on fumes. They need to get the xenomorph back. And they also admit that they have a saboteur on board. Now, she says that so everybody is confined to their quarters or whatever, and non-duty related movements are suspended. And this is where, like, how old is? Whoops, that's not the right picture. But how old is that kid? Like, he's like duty.
I know, right?
Yeah, he's got some issues.
I don't know. I have a friend who's like 40 who says shit like that sometimes.
I know. Yeah, it's a fan in their eye sockets. Good to know, Docket. Docket.
All right, Doc. Doc it. Thank you, Doc it, Doc.
Sorry, Doc. Thank you. So yeah. Duty. Anyway, she's almost drinking the water there, but
yeah, there's a lot of psychos.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Zora here gets pissed off because he's eating and talking and not listening to her, and that's where she's like, "I'm taking the 16th of your share away." But he's like, he's got a point though. He's like, "You're telling us we can't leave the rooms. We might not have food, so let me eat." You know, he doesn't.
Yeah, let me get a snack.
Yeah, but she's not happy and she threatens him, and he's like,
well, as I said earlier, what I took from this was like she's asserted controls the captain, and she can't even win a meeting. Like they're all talking over her, ignoring her, blah. There's no, and like people are dead already, and they're not at all serious in this meeting, right? Like people are dead.
Yeah,
people have already had face huggers. Like aliens are hugging their faces, killing them.
They're real people. They're going to kill you. Pay attention, right?
Like, no, I don't like this food. Blah 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 blah. They're very
well. That guy is clearly he's not doing what he should be doing. But apparently the food was hot, and he starts choking, and he grabs a drink of
space stick water.
With
the finest
space stick water. Tadpole water.
Tadpole water. Okay, so Morrow here says that he wants the duty rosters and activity logs. He didn't mention the duty again though that time. But he wants the activity logs. He wants to know where everybody was, and he's like, "Give it to me now." He says an hour, and he says that everybody's going to travel around in pairs, which is smart. And he says that Zora and him and Clem are the only ones that are armed. And he's like, "If you want a reward, give us information at least to arrest, and I'll make sure you get an extra share." So he's like bribing them. So, okay. Samuel says, "I saw an alien skull in Predator 2 and a few other pics." So,
it had eye sockets. It had eye sockets.
Interesting. Gonna have to dive on some of this stuff later. I'm gonna look up some of these pictures. All right. So anyway, he has drank the water. I wasn't far enough ahead. All right. So yeah, he's gonna die. Not that we didn't know that, but he's gonna die. Zora asked Chibuzo to go with her for something, and I don't remember what, but they went off. And then Morrow starts interrogating everybody, including Raheem here. And he accuses him of stealing drugs, basically. And whether or not he did, I don't know. He's acting squirrely, but it really is not the point. He needs to find out who sabotaged everything. And whether or not he stole drugs has nothing to do with. I mean, I get why he's asking him that, but I mean, like in the scheme of things, it's not really what's important. They're trying to find out who sabotaged everything. But yeah, he says he wants to go home. And then we have Shmuel, whatever his name is, Shmuel.
It's like SCHMUEL
according to
Shmuel, I think is what it is.
Malachite and Shmuel. Malachite's asking him what he's going to do with the money, and he says that his wife at this point looks like his grandmother. And he says, "That's what you're paying for. They're paying us for is our life." So yeah, the kid, he doesn't seem to get a lot of the things going on. Let's put it that way. And but he starts coughing and he throws up blood, and we're like, "Uh-oh!" And he calls for help.
As he should at this point.
Right? And then they find out, Chibuzo and Zora there find out that Oculus, however you say it, Oculus, Octoboy.
Oculus.
And because
Prime.
Oculus Prime.
I like that. Because they're yelling that they need them in medbay because Malachite is dying. They're like, we'll just take care of this later. We'll just seal it in. Like, really?
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, let's just close the door and seal them in. They've escaped from everything.
The best choice. So yeah, they seal it in and they leave. There we go. They sealed the door. All right. So then we have.
I was wondering when they were sealing that door. You know how the doors are not? They're not like solid doors. They're sort of like
they like overlap.
And I was like, can it run out the bottom when you're not looking? Which I guess is what happened, right?
Well, no. Morrow lets it out.
Oh yeah, right, yeah.
But yeah, they look like they wouldn't actually seal. I'm sure they do, but they do look like they wouldn't the way they're designed. But yeah, no, he lets it out later when he opens the door. So yeah, next he's interrogating Tang here, and
Creeper.
He talks about sleeping, and what he's doing when that lady's sleeping, and he asks, how he's sneaking around, and this is where he's like, "You're missing it." He's kind of like saying, "You're not seeing the big picture," and he's kind of cluing him into what's going on, and instead of just telling him, he says that. Mm-hmm. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I was a little surprised. So Morrow's interrogating him or questioning him or whatever. And he says like, "Oh, you've been at it again. You're standing there. You're watching her while she's sleeping." And he makes her mark like you continue your filth. He calls it your filth or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. While I was a little surprised that he made this like severe moral judgment. Like,
well, it depends what all he's doing.
Gross.
It sounds like he is doing filth.
He has to clean that glass off every night.
No, I just feel like Morrow. I just like Morrow is a guy who's like, is it a security violation? Is it not? Right? But like the judgment
he cannot have a romantic relationship with a sleeping woman.
Yeah, the judgment call on it being filth kind of surprised me because he's so robotic and so following orders and so not. I just felt like this kind of emotional and very judgmental look. I'm not saying that I think it's okay to stand there over her, but it's a
I don't know. I got the opinion he was insinuating he was doing more than standing there.
Yes, I think he was insinuating that he was like, I thought jerking off, right?
Yeah.
But he's jerking off and somebody has to clean that every day.
But when he phrases it as like filth and not as like yeah, but I just felt like coming from Morrow, who's a very he's more machine than man in some way. Like there are things that are wrong with that situation, and there are ways to. I just felt that it was a moral judgment, right? Like.
Well, it is creepy.
It is creepy. And she should be, and there's a reason why everybody was made uncomfortable by it. But I feel like for Morrow, like it's more of a staff disruption and like that he made a judgment call on it being filthy. I mean, yes,
because you got to clean it up afterwards every night.
No, that's not why. I mean,
I'm sure that's why.
He had a daughter, and maybe that's what offends him about this. Or
maybe he's also saying it though too to try to get him to get upset and tell him what he needs to know too. I mean, it could be a tactic
to like spark some sort of reaction in him.
Yeah. But at any rate, Tang says that just because the computer says the cryopod is full doesn't mean it's full all the time. Mm-hmm. And so he realizes somebody else is awake in the ship that they don't know about.
And that moment almost made me want to learn more about Tang. Like Tang at that moment is smarter
than you're also kind of like, your life has been in jeopardy. Why didn't you say something sooner? Was also what I was thinking.
You just almost wanted to see a scene of him jacking it.
Maybe he's an android, but in that moment, he's smarter than Morrow. He gets it more than he's known.
Yeah, I want to know what he is. I don't think he's totally human.
Yeah, I don't think he is either, but they haven't said. Sarah says their characters in question. If you do this, then will you do that? That's true too. Misha says, not sure if the stuff from Predator is canon.
No one is sure. That's true. No one's sure. That's
yeah. Well, the eye thing I thought was in Alien 3, though, right? So
no, it's a Xenomorph eye. We're talking about Alien 3.
Okay. The Xenomorph eye. The eye thing is new. The octo guy.
No. I
Feels
mean,
crying.
the aliens, the xenomorph skull was from Predator too, but the
eye creature is not. The eye socket.
So looking at the skull, maybe you could see the eye.
I don't know.
Does it have coating that comes off like a skull, or is that just a skull?
Hard enough in certain
I mean,
scenes.
at any rate, circling back to what we're talking about. Sorry, but it's already
Yes,
late.
understood.
Did you guys in the scene? Did either of you guys like? I felt a little surprised that Tang was 2 steps ahead of Morrow. Now, granted, Morrow's been asleep for a while. We don't know how long, right? And maybe that's why Morrow doesn't like. Tang knows that someone's awake. Tang knows that you can fool the cryo bed, which seems like a kind of thing that Morrow doesn't know.
Seems kind of gross when you put it all together.
Yeah, like
he might be taking out that sleeping girl and putting her back in.
But I was just gonna say though, like I said, why wouldn't he tell them though if their lives are in danger? But you know what? Maybe his point is also that this is how I've been sneaking around to look at this girl. And maybe that's why he hasn't said anything. Because he asks him, he says, how are you getting around? Are you using, like, what's he say? He says, are you using vents like to get in the containment room to set it on fire? So like
Jimmy, he says that because he thinks he's the mole and the fire starter, which he is not.
But I'm saying, saying is you're right. He asks them about, getting past the keypads, all that. But what I'm saying is, to me, if everybody's life is in danger, you would have mentioned this before now, like waiting till now to make him be like, oh, I'm smarter than you.
No, Jay, I think if you know this guy is creeping around outside of stasis, doesn't mean you know that he has taken a bribe from Boy Cavalier to kill you all.
No. You're misunderstanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if Tang is like saying, you're missing the point, you haven't figured this out by now. And he's like giving him a clue into how to do it. And what I'm saying is, you would think that if everybody's life, including Tang's, was in danger, that he would have mentioned this sooner. But I'm saying,
yes, the face huggers are out.
He hasn't mentioned it sooner because maybe that is how he has been sneaking around, is by sneaking out of the cryo thing.
I don't think there's any intimation that he's sneaking around. I think he's
maybe that's.
I think he's brazenly standing over her and looking at her. I don't think he's sneaking. He's brazenly doing it.
That's true.
But I agree with you, Jamie. Like, they are in dire straits, and he's not like, oh, by the way, Morrow, I have information on who the mole is. Like, why is he keeping that? We'll never know. We're overanalyzing it, right? We're not going to get it from
Morrow.
But why would he not want to live and be like, oh, by the way, I know who's sabotaging us, I think, or I know who the creeper, I know who set the fire at least. And he doesn't, Yeah.
So Morrow goes back and checks the security because it's done. The logs come back. It's finished fixing them, whatever you want to call it. Okay. See, I'm too used to looking at things. I'm looking at that, and you know what that immediately made me think of? That picture there on the right.
The Hydra
like Jamie.
On Lost. The Hydra station on Lost?
Well, no, that too, but no, it's making me think of the and I don't remember how many there were, but the rock formation on From with the kids. Like,
but
anyway,
every time we look to the right, I just see your little Xeno and the red shooting out of his butt.
It's Morphe. It's a friendly little xenomorph.
Morphe's having some Morphe's fire butt.
I tried to make it.
Well, he had beans today.
Yeah.
This is when Morrow goes through all the crew, like, personal
logs. Yeah,
it's kind of an invasion, and yet I get why he has to do. He has to do it. It's a totally
he's doing it to find out who sabotaged it. And be fair, he's not really watching them. He's going through, and he's like, "Don't need this. Don't need this."
He's scanning them. He has to do it. It makes sense. It gives a little context for these people as human beings. Yeah.
Yes, Doc. We're using StreamYard. To stream now, if that's what you mean. That's not what program I used to stream though, so I'm not.
Yeah, I think Doc is probably watching us from YouTube, and we are.
Yeah, we're coming through StreamYard, but I also use OBS in order to make the overlay. And everything. Yeah. So he finds, this of Petrovich.
This jerk.
Yeah, this jerk.
Was another jerk.
This is also a moment of incompetence. Like, why would you not delete that out of the log?
Yeah.
That's the thing. These logs were blocked. They were like ruined or were taken off or something. That's what he had that guy fix.
He had to have them retrieved.
But why would Petrovich not delete it as soon as he had the conversation?
No, I mean, that's what I'm saying. He did. Morrow asked Clem to get the logs back.
Oh, there's a backup. He got the backup.
The computer was running it and it said finish. So yeah, these were gone because he says something to Clem like, "Why would you hide it if you weren't guilty?" or something like that.
Yeah. You're right. Okay,
so
anyway, thank you.
Yeah. So anyway, sure. So he's having this Zoom call with Boy Cavalier, and he says that, and I don't know that it's important, but just I wrote it down. He says that there's 65 years and the bugs laid eggs in his woman's eyes. So something happened to him. It sounds like on another mission, and he's like, "What was it for? Just for the shares of the company?" So yeah, something had to have happened to him on another thing. That his
he's bitter and he's primed for a bribe.
Yeah, and Boy Cavalier's like, I don't care. But then he's like, yeah, you need to crash the ship, get the aliens to land on my property. And he's like, if I do this, you can put my body in a robot, right? And he's like, yeah, almost. And he's
Sure
like, well,
thing.
top of the list. And then he's like, what if I don't survive the crash? He's like, that would suck for you, wouldn't it?
Well, so we know Boy Cavalier is lying because he's only attempted it with very young children because an adult brain can.
To be fair, he didn't lie. He said almost. He added almost.
He lied.
He said, you can do it, right? And he said, yeah, almost. So
I'm sorry, but that's a lie. That's a lie. If some billionaire said to me almost, I'd be like, you lie.
That's stretching the truth, Karen. In a legal sense, that is stretching the truth. No, I'm just.
I don't know. Almost is not. Yes. You might use that, but whatever. This guy is desperate, right?
Yeah,
and he's desperate to try to go back and reclaim what he's lost.
Right. Misha says Tang's probably a socio or psychopath.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
The only question is
human?
Is he a psychopathic human or a psychopathic robot?
Or synthetic or...
I wonder, though, do synthetics have...
Well, he's not a synth because the only synth is
but robot. But I got a question, though. If he was a robot, would he even have those kind of urges? So maybe he's not.
I don't know, but it's a thing throughout Alien that there are robots that the people don't know are robots until like a pivotal moment in the show, right?
Yep.
Like in
Old
Alien.
School Alien.
In Alien, it's Ash. I said earlier it was Bishop, and Misha corrected me. Thank you. It's Ash who turns out to be the alien.
Yeah, classic.
Alien, right?
I think Tang is addicted to whatever he's smoking. Maybe.
Opium.
Samuel thinks he's human.
Okay.
I think he might be human just because he is like that. But Doc says, I suspect it's what makes him so weird.
I get it. I'm just saying they have a history of like secret androids. In this.
Right. No. You're right. That's a good point. I just wouldn't think that androids would necessarily have those urges.
I mean, it doesn't matter because he's dead. They're all dead, right?
Exactly. All
he's
right.
dead. We saw him be killed by the xenomorph, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. So, he is coming to
he
find,
being who is that? Morrow in that?
Morrow is coming to find Petrovich. And he tells Zora and Shmuel. Oh no, that's after. I think it's first. He's coming to
He's getting to the pod first.
Yeah, he's going to the pod first, and he sees it's empty. And then they're at the med bay.
Oh,
and he smartly does not want them to take the ticks out. Let's see. Doc said, it would be interesting if he was an android and comes back. Did we see him get killed, or did we see them yell at each other? We just saw him scream as the xenomorph.
Yeah, the idea of murder was in the air, but you never know until you see the body or the head.
The xenomorph attacks it. Like we see, like the xenomorph saliva is dripping on his head, and he looks up and he sees it,
and he screams. Yeah.
I think saliva is not acid, which is surprising.
It's just dripping.
Yeah, I know. I thought that too. That's kind of surprising.
That'd be at least a little rashy. Give you a rash.
Yeah, maybe. So anyway, they see the ticks. He's telling them to they shouldn't operate, and Raheem's like, "I got to stop the bleeding." He doesn't listen. The woman.
Look, I appreciate that a doctor wants to do whatever he can to try to save a person, right? Like that's what I expect from a doctor on a show.
Yes, but maybe not to your own detriment. But either way,
he doesn't know that it's to his own detriment.
No, I know.
They still are assuming. Like the whole thing of this show is them always assuming that they're a superior species.
Yeah. Yep.
You are correct. But Zora tells him he can go ahead. She gives him permission, even though Morrow doesn't want him to. There's the saliva dripping on him right before he gets yanked up and probably killed.
He probably enjoys it.
So they find the ticky things inside it, and they're gonna pull.
That was a pretty cool scene, by the way, where his chest is open. It's kind of gross, but it's kind of cool, right? And you see the ticks. I'm pointing at the screen.
Really cool.
And they've got the little grabber they're kind of trying to grab him with.
Little grabber.
Ice tongs.
So yeah, they're gonna take it off, and then they give off. I didn't get a picture of it, but they give off some kind of gas,
a cloud of toxin
of green stuff,
right?
that is going to kill both of them, and more.
You can't tell your corporation is going to use that for a weapon.
Oh hell yeah, right?
But Morrow tells Zoro to seal it, and she does. But she is very much. That's a good shot there. But she is very much in shock after they're dead.
Oh, she's useless for the whole rest.
Yeah, she was kind of useless. She's just staying there. Normally a scene like that would freak me out, but it was surprisingly cool. It was cool. It was gross, but it was cool.
Like a scene like cutting open someone's chest and seeing that,
Cool, it was gross. As I said,
it was cool. Space ticks.
Yeah. So Tang Clem's like something got Tang something big, he says. And Morrow says, we need to get to the bridge and seal us all in. Now, this was actually smart and could have saved their lives, but also saved the cargo, I think. He's like, we need to get to the bridge, seal ourselves in, and call a cleaning team. We'll wake up the rest of the crew.
Yes.
I was actually surprised he said that, because that seems like he's trying to save their lives at this point a little bit.
I was too. And so do you think it's just a lie? Do you think he's just trying to I
don't know.
I mean,
I don't. It makes me wonder. I really don't know.
I'm not sure that I think Morrow has a total disregard for their lives. Like Morrow definitely has orders and he wants to save the species. But if he could have saved them, would he have done it? What do you guys think?
Maybe it's just happenstance. Like, well, that was a big oopsie. Time to get my little pie.
I think he also knows that the mission is to get the cargo. And I think maybe he's kind of like at this point, we're not going to be able to protect the cargo and the ship is going to go down and hit the planet. So if we can get somebody to fly in and fix it, it might that may actually be what would save the cargo. Maybe it's possible he's not really thinking about them either.
I guess, but do you think he has a total disregard for human life and then he's like, whatever, I'm lying to them. I have no intention of saving them. Or do you think at this moment he wants to maybe save them?
I agree with Doc. I think he would have saved them if he could also save the cargo.
Kind of a neutral view, I think. Neutral.
If this plan would save the cargo, then yes, I think he's trying to. But the question is, saying send in a cleanup team to me makes it more sound like kill the aliens.
Yeah, it's just like when they on Breaking Bad.
No.
But that doesn't mean that's what he means. He might mean somebody to come capture them.
No, I think send a cleanup team would be to capture them, to secure the data on the ship so nobody gets those records, I think is the main thing.
Yeah, so I guess they would do
and maybe to sequester the human crew and pay them off to not ever speak of what happened.
Yeah, but they'd have to come in really quick and still stop the ship from crashing. So I don't know. He could be lying. I'm not sure how they could fix it. I really don't, because the ship is crashing. I mean, they pretty much already said that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat? All right, so she's in shock. She's not helpful at all.
She's really, she's losing her shit, right?
No, tries to doctor.
Little crafty and madness.
Schmel. What is it, Schmel? I still can't say it.
Every time I tried to write that in my notes,
I'm pretty sure it's Hebrew. I'm pretty sure it's Hebrew for like Samuel, and so it's Shmuel.
Shmuel. Okay. I just I know it kept
autocorrecting.
I think it's Hebrew. I think it's a Hebrew name. I don't speak Hebrew, but I think it's a Hebrew name.
Like Shmuel Shemazel?
Shmuel. No, let's not make fun of people's names. Shmuel. I think it's Shmuel or Shmuel. Shmuel, I think, right? I don't know. But
I think that is Hebrew, or not.
I think it's Hebrew.
Jewish. I mean, when that Shmuel Shemazel, though, I think that is a Jewish thing, isn't it?
No, that Shmuel Shemazel is from
it's still a song, but I mean,
that's Shmuel Shemazel is Laverne and Shirley.
I know that, but I mean, isn't she Jewish? I thought she was. I don't know. No. Anyway,
Shmuel, I think, is a Hebrew name. I think.
Okay.
Is it a last name or first name?
No, I think it's his first name, Shmuel. I think it's Samuel, but in Hebrew.
Because I wasn't sure who was calling each other by their last names or first names or mixed.
It's
mostly last names, I would think.
They do call her Zaveri, so it might be his last name. Sarah, what happened to objects floating in space? Well, they have artificial
gravity changes everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume artificial gravity if that's what you're asking. But yeah, so they don't have to worry about that. So anyway, they go after Morrow takes Clem there, and they go after what's his name? I already forgot his name.
Well, the mole, the captain is out, right?
Yeah, Petrovich, and he shoots and he hits Clem. He pulls him in.
Yeah, that's him dead on.
Clem got shot, and then he got shot again. Right?
Yeah, then he got shot dead.
Morrow did try to save him. So to answer my question, he gets shot, and Morrow's trying to drag Clem into safety, and then he gets shot again, and he does drag him in. He does kind of save him. Right? He doesn't leave him out there.
No, yeah, he does try to save him. I think they tried it with the adults first. I'm not sure what that was in
the hybrid thing.
The hybrid thing. Yeah,
maybe they tried it and failed, but Tang was
and that's why they went with children.
Was the best one.
They tried adults and they couldn't download adult consciousness.
Yeah, they said it didn't work. I think they did say it didn't work with the adults.
I thought that meant that's where Tang came from.
Somewhere here it shows Oculus or whatever.
Oculus Prime? Oculus Prime.
Yeah, when he opens that door, it showed that he opened the door. They had
and that's an Oculus
locking. They didn't really seal it. They locked it, and he unlocked it. It shows it. But yeah, totally like T1000. Sorry, but that's all that made.
Until Oculus Prime gets out and goes and eats the cat. Blah.
And then also the ticks are out too because they crawl on him. So yeah. Meanwhile, she is so in shock. She's dumping out more dirt.
Oh, that's Zora, yeah.
And then it trips her, the xenomorph.
Oh yeah, that was kind of surprising. So in that confrontation they had, that she's trying to go for her gun, and that the xenomorph whips out its tail and knocks her down, right?
Yeah, instead of just
there was a little while where I didn't know if she was going to show fear or not because she kind of just stood there, and I thought, well, maybe the xenomorph won't want to chase her if she just stands there.
Well, in that it took her legs out from her and didn't just stab her and kill her was surprising. I mean, I know they did it because we want to have a chase scene, but the xenomorph always goes for the kill, right? And not for it surprised me that it was
it surprised me.
Well, if it senses fear.
Yeah, but I don't know why it did that. I wondered if it's more like it wants to chase her because it's the fun of the game more than anything.
Yeah, it could be.
Yes, fair. Also, maybe not a thing we've seen before, but okay, cool.
Look, I get the xenomorph design is different, but did it normally have these fin things on its back? I don't remember. It's way different.
Are those fins?
I don't know what they are. I don't remember seeing them before. That's why I'm asking.
It's part of its armored exoskeleton.
Right, but I'm saying I don't remember it being on the other xenomorphs. Maybe it's just the angle. I don't know. The xenomorph was nicer to cyborgs and hybrids. Maybe. Well, yeah, but she's human. So
well, because they're not human, so it doesn't want to eat a cyborg or a robot or the hybrid. It hasn't encountered hybrids yet.
I don't think it eats it though.
well, the hybrids are kid, right? I'm assuming.
It fought Wendy. Wendy's a hybrid, and it fought Wendy to the death, right?
Yeah, and she ended up killing it. But yeah, no, that's true though. It didn't. It stalked them instead of killing them right away. It went on top of the containment unit.
Wait, let's go to
crash if things float.
Why did the ship crash if things float in space?
That's what
so here's the thing. Because things in space have momentum, there's no friction to slow you down. So if you're on a collision course with Earth, you can't slow down. They have no power. They have no engines, right?
But they're moving. It's not like a neutral.
So they have unlimited momentum because they have no friction or anything to stop them. Then when they hit the atmosphere, they're going so fast that they will just
gravity
right?
Suck it down. Yeah.
Things float, but things have no friction to slow you down or stop you, I think is why. Right?
That makes sense. I didn't know that. That was a good question. I hadn't really thought about it until you said that, but what you said makes sense too. So yeah, that's true. A thing in motion stays in motion unless there's something to stop it. Yeah. Unless something intervenes or whatever that rule is. I forget exactly how the rule goes.
Objects in motion remain in motion. Objects at rest remain at rest. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no
things sticking out of the back. I think they look a little different each incarnation. Well, the alien definitely looks different. And look, I don't know. I'm guessing it's always people in suits, but I kind of thought that in this scene it looked. It was cool, but it also looked a little cheesy to me because it looked like a skinny guy in a suit. That's all I kept seeing was like.
It's always been a skinny guy in a suit. It was.
I know it has.
Yeah, to do the running thing, you got to have a skinny guy in a suit.
Well, some of it could have been CGI, but
I know Holly likes blending practical with computers, and I don't blame him for that.
And let's remember, like, that we've captured one frame here out of an entire scene.
No. But I mean, as it's running, it just seemed very humanoid to me.
Look, those look very tiny little things out of its back.
It looks humanoid to me when I see it stand up.
It's a humanoid because a human is inside it, but I mean, it doesn't have those big kind of fins as you describe them. It just has small.
That's the way it looks. Well, these things on the sides of its back. Not.
I think this shot just made them look big because they don't look that big here, right?
No, but I think they're the ones on the top here over his shoulder. Its shoulder.
But they're not that big, I guess, right? No. They're not so prominent.
Anyway, my point is the way it was moving to me looked like a person in a suit. And I know it's a person in a suit. I told you, I've seen that. I don't think you
I can suspend my disbelief.
But
can we went to Sarah, if the ship's out of fuel, what's propelling it? Its speed is propelling it. It's like if you were driving 60 miles an hour and you ran out of gas, you would never stop going 60 miles an hour because there's no friction to stop you. There's no, like, they're going at the speed they were going at. Fuel or no fuel, they can't stop. They're just going at that. That's why.
Yeah, like if it was just.
That's why the guy says we're no longer a ship. We're now a missile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right? They have no control.
A missile to an arrow.
There's no way to slow down.
Yeah,
they're just going at their speed. It's like if you were riding a bike. It's like if you were riding a bike and you started going really fast down a hill. If you pedal, you're not going to go any faster. Like you're going so fast you can't pedal. Won't help. You can't slow down. There's no in space. Nothing can stop you, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what the episode is titled. In space, no one can ... Well, I hear you scream. Was my answer, but
that was
having ride a bike down the hill is another answer.
Doc agrees with me. It says I thought it was just me because I look at stuff like that and I knew it was suitmation. I was trying to concern where they use CGI and where they use suitmation. Yeah, like I said, and that was what. Yeah, I've never heard it called suitmation.
That's cool.
I like
it. Term.
I like that too. But yeah, I was saying in the other show, I do somewhere and gotta find it. Have that picture from the Fox lot with I have that alien head on me, so I know it's a suit. But it's just a lot of it usually looks more CGI. I guess like they've added CGI or something. It just looked very human to me. So yeah, I don't know. It just looked cheesy a little bit.
What is it to be human?
Which is what the show is all about.
Did the Exomorphs form another planet? And they were kind of human. They're humanoid in the same way we became humans.
No, they're sort of. I don't think
who's more human than a human.
Decided to do the effect, which I do appreciate practical effects. I'm not saying I don't. Okay. So yeah. So Ocellus octoi, whatever you want to call it, has infected.
That's right.
Octomom.
Octomom.
Well, it's a girl, I think.
Schmel here.
The eye guy.
The eye thing has infected Schmel.
Yeah, it's clear. Look at how it's always like a little bulgy eye there. It's always on the left side also. He always goes on the left side.
Okay, so make my eye bulgy next week on the left side.
Yeah, it's always on the left side, right?
Yeah, maybe I'll just take that picture and bulge the eye out, right? Anyway, so yeah, it's taken him over. Now this is where it starts making noises. And I was saying, I definitely think it was trying to talk.
He didn't start making noises. His mouth made a couple noises.
Yes, but I think, personally, I think that she was, whatever, trying to use his vocal cords to say something.
Mm-hmm.
I love that idea.
Yeah, I mean, I have no clue. That's just what it is.
But who knows in what language? It could be in Xenomorph language.
Yeah, we don't know. But it sounded to me like
it'd be an eyeball language, right? It'd be an eyeball.
Or his own, her own personal
But if he can get into, he's in a human brain, so maybe he can speak human like English, whatever language.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that the optic nerve is like connected.
Yeah,
in
it can
brain.
go into the brain. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it had different brain waves when they checked the sheet.
I think it's all so great. I don't think we're gonna get it. I'm not like the show is really about the humans and the xenomorph, right? Like in the end, this is not the main alien of the show that we're watching, right? It's cool.
I know, but I'm more interested in that alien of the octo-eye thing. It's cool.
It's a supporting alien. It's not a lead.
It is a supporting alien. Maybe it's going to get its own spinoff. We'll have to see. Yeah. Doc says Suitmation is a huge.
It's a star of the show.
And
how dare you?
Godzilla is starting to accept motion action actors as their successors. Many Godzilla fans treat the suit motion actors as the. And then whenever he puts the rest, I'll let you know what the rest
all those original Godzilla movies where it was a guy in a rubber suit and it was amazing and incredible back in like the 50s. It was
Often they carry the same actor through as many films as they can. I've just never heard it called Suitmation. Is my point. Like I
didn't hear the term, but now I'm going to use it.
I neither, but I love it. Right? It's great. I'm going to use it. Yeah.
I'm assuming that that's what it's called. Not that Doc made it up, but I don't know. Maybe he made it up.
Maybe either way. If he did, then he deserves an award.
Yeah, cool name at any rate.
At least my quarter.
So it's trying to say something, in my opinion, but whether it is, I don't know.
It's trying to communicate all the same.
Yeah, actually, I think this is where Morrow lets out. Or no,
my mistake. He doesn't let
the eye's already in the.
It's another oopsie.
Yeah, it's another oopsie.
On top of
it's a whole episode of oopsies. The entire episode is oopsies, right?
Oopsies, aliens in space that can't hear you go oopsie.
Yeah. So he uses the taser gun thing on Schmel here, and Schmel, whatever. I was also thinking too, though, like, why, I guess, but I guess like he's scared of it, like it's an alien, but he's trying to get it out. But they lost the ability to steer the ship. They did. They said that they had no controls. They said that. So that's why they're crashing into Earth.
So here's Morrow's trying to.
Yeah. And this is where first the Schmel. I can't remember what you said. Schmel jumps onto the xenomorph's back and tries to implant itself into the xenomorph's eye, which it can't do.
Because he's already implanted with Octo Eye.
Octo Eye is trying to go into the alien, but it almost.
What am I looking at here? What am I seeing in this shot? I can't even.
Alien. That's a xenomorph. It's like the top of its head's cut off.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. Okay.
But my point is I do think, and I don't know that I would have thought it until Scarlett was saying like she thought it was trying to help the humans. I don't know, the way that the eyeball attacked the alien and jumped on it and tried to go to it. Was it trying to implant itself in it because it wanted to learn? Was it trying to implant itself in it because it wants to get into a higher intelligent being? Or is it trying? Because I don't know. I almost at that moment when I watched it wondered if it was trying to help Moro. It kind of seems like it could be. I don't know.
I think so. I think it's going to be revealed later on that it's helpful, kind of neutral, helpful.
There's another question, Jamie, that it was in a being that was dying, and does it want to get to a being that is not dying, right?
Yeah, that's possible.
I mean,
but yeah, it might just want higher and higher intelligence too.
Do you remember when in Harry Potter, when Voldemort had to go into the only being nearby that was a lot? Like the reason that Voldemort and Harry connected is because the whole thing where he has to go to the living thing, closest living thing. And maybe for Eye Guy, like it's in a dying being, and the xenomorph is the closest living thing that it can jump into.
Yeah, the xenomorph did stab it, but I also think it could be that it wants higher intelligence.
Yes, I agree. Also,
the xenomorph is the highest intelligent being on the ship.
Yes, I agree that also, compared to especially the dead people who are lying around or whatever, right? Like it wants higher intelligence, or maybe it wants a more physically like maybe it wants a physically dominating. You don't really know what, but I agree. In some way, it might want a superior host. A host? Can we call it a host?
Misha's talking about before when it chased Zora. It did seem to want to chase her. That's why I said it's like an animal wanting to chase its prey. I think might have been wanting
a cat
to run away. Yeah, like a cat. All right.
Like you mean like a cat wanting to play with its prey before it goes in for the kill?
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, maybe.
That's where
there it is. There it is. Look at it.
It does have an eye.
Oh, it does have an eye.
That's not an eye. I'm not sure that's an eye.
But an eye socket. Eyes plate.
I mean, that looks very much like the ear thing on the side of an iguana's head also, right? That could be an ear, right? It could be an ear.
Yeah, you're right. It could be an ear.
It looks very much like a reptile's ear.
It kind of does, but it could be.
I think it doesn't have eyes.
Does heightened hearing
be like the armor that's over the eye?
Yeah, it has a heightened way of, I don't know.
I just think
hearing or perception.
Yeah. I think it would be really interesting if these aliens were enemies and it developed a way to protect itself from this eye alien, and that's why it has the armor there.
Oh, there's no way little Eye Boy. First of all, I could just step on Eye Boy and crush him.
Okay.
I think.
Why did you do that? And it's a girl.
I'm just
looking at that image. So I guess that is what they're talking about. But whether it is, it looks like it might have something.
Those could be ears. Those could be ear things.
To the right of it, though, like right and up from it, it also looks like it could be.
I think they could be double ear things.
I don't know.
For me, I don't see it as an eye.
We're saying it's under the dome. Both Samuel and Doc says the eyes are under the dome.
Okay, fair.
So yeah, okay. Anyway, it's a cool shot. So yeah, it's and then here it gets
stabbing that guy. Stabbing.
Now, see, you talk about is it dying and it's going to another thing. It was trying to get. It seemed to me like whether it was attacking the xenomorph or it was trying to transfer to the xenomorph. If it was trying to transfer to the xenomorph, that guy wasn't dying until after it tried to do it.
Stabbed that guy like 3 times. He was like,
yes.
boom, boom, boom.
I thought that was after. Okay, maybe not. Doc says it's on the front side, though. I don't know.
All right, whatever. Never gonna read. Anyway, like the xenomorph stabs that guy like 3 times. So of course, I got.
Yeah, I could have already been dying. You're right. Yeah. You're right. All right. So there is a really awesome picture where it's coming out of him.
Because he's dead. I think he can't have a dead host.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really work.
I think you're probably right.
He came out of the dead cat. He came out of the.
And all I kept thinking when they did this though is this the way they did this. He's got 6
a few.
And I know
the blowtorch hand.
The way they fixed the blowtorch, but look, now he's got 6 fingers. And it's I think the way
flipping him off with my blowtorch finger.
Yeah. The dome is translucent. It is. It looks black. That's interesting.
It's pretty hard.
Beautiful. Morphe's kind of translucent.
Yeah, kind of. Well, it's like reflective. It's hard to tell. But anyway, this goes back now to the beginning. I mean, we know that this is back to the pilot.
I kind of love this because when we saw this in the pilot, we thought, oh my God, he's the biggest jerk ever. He's letting the humans die. He's going into his little. And while I still agree with that, I feel like there's been so many extenuating. He didn't purposely bring this on. He didn't bring this on them. Like the humans were like, when they woke him up, they were already at a cascade of disaster, right?
Yeah, I told you I thought he let it out. I was like really confused when I first saw it.
I did too, right? I thought he maybe caused it. He didn't, right?
No.
Yeah. Sarah's saying, how does it chase you without having eyes? Well, but it also could be, for all we know, it could be
it could have perception. It could have it's an alien. It could have perceptions we don't even know about.
Like a little sonar type thing.
Yeah. Sonar. Could be
a little
hearing.
Or its eyes in the mouth. You know, it does have that little face inside the tongue. That double face.
Oh, that tongue with the mouth in the end.
Well, it's like a secondary set of jaws with a little tongue that has teeth.
Yeah, that thing's creepy. I like it. So yeah, he locks her in. She gets killed. So yeah, this is back. I like how they wrapped it back around to the pilot. I really do. And now we know what happened. And there's pictures of the xenomorph, and he goes into this little.
He calls it the secure room or the safe room or something like that.
Impact room.
Impact room. Yeah.
Impact room. And he does get dripped on, and you're right. I expected it would be acid too. And then I got confused for a second because they have it mixed in with him crying over his daughter. It was a little confusing. But yeah, he's been dripped on. And yeah, the ship is going to crash.
And we know where it's going to go.
We get this beautiful scene with this cherry blossom tree or sakura tree. I'm not sure what.
It's gorgeous.
It's growing out of the pavement, which confused me more. Or is that sand? I don't know.
It's sand.
It's the future. It can grow out of the sand.
It's yeah.
Or
they have a lot of money. They can make these trees grow.
Whatever. Anyway, now we know we're at Wayland Yutani because
yes, and this is in the present. And he is talking to her.
This is when Morrow calls her and is like, "Oh, I'm alive," and
Yeah, and he talks about her grandmother taking him in when he was on the streets. And he says that he will bring back the specimens, and he is also going to kill Boy Cavalier.
Dun, dun,
as he
dun.
already said before.
Yeah.
But he mentions that he was an orphan on the streets with a withered arm, he calls it, right? A withered arm.
No, he says
I guess that's how he got cyborg parts.
He says a palsy arm.
A palsied arm, yes, he says a palsied arm, which is even worse thing to say. But we assume that's why he agreed to have his arm replaced with
yes, I'm assuming.
Metal parts.
Yeah.
And he mentions that he how much he loved the grandmother who took him in and raised him when she found him on the street or whatever. We'll probably won't find out more about it, but that can go.
But she says that, and I don't know if I didn't think this was really the case unless she's lying, which doesn't make sense. She says that Boy Cavalier agreed to arbitration and to let the lawyers handle it. He wasn't going to give it to her.
There's no way, right?
Yeah, I don't know. And then he's like, that's not going to work unless they're soldiers. Like, you're going to have to do it my way.
Or unless he believes the lawyers will say, like, it's on your property, it's your stuff, right? But he can't rely on that.
Yeah. Either way, she says anything he wants, he gets. She tells her people. So
yeah,
she's going to let him do it. I mean, she also might be trying to tempt him to do it by saying that too. Like, oh, it'll be fine type of thing. That's okay, Vera. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Vera.
Yesterday, I think you had already left the chat when I said yesterday. I'm like, it's today. But yeah, welcome. But yeah, we see this and she's going to let him do it. And he is going to bring down Boy Cavalier. So he thinks. And I love these pictures. I just took lots of them.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah. Although, so I kind of feel like, why is it 7 episodes and not, they're usually 6 or 8 or 10.
Well, then I think they hit you a little share of rock by Smashing Pumpkins.
Well, I feel like this episode is one that if they hadn't dropped, they could look. I like this episode. Is it critical to the storyline? No, right?
No, but it was a really good episode, and I know a lot of people have liked it because I've seen really good reviews and saying it's like an alien movie in there, and it is.
I do.
I think that it gave something that, like I said, I was worried about, like, can they keep up that kind of momentum? And I think it was nice to have an episode that's kind of like a mini movie. I really liked it. I was surprised that I really liked it, but I did.
Because you were definitely like, why do I need a flashback? This is stupid. They're all going to die. Who cares, right?
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think I'm going to do an analysis of the music at the end because Cherub Rock by Smashing Pumpkins was at the end of this one, and its chorus is "Let Me Out."
Cool.
I think I might have to look at the lyrics of some of these other songs and see if they line up.
Yeah. Eyeball is going to be a problem. I think I love her though. Yeah. I like the.
She loves the Human Ladies too. I think there's going to be a romance.
I like the T Oculus, Oculus, however you say it. I like it too. And
Oculus Prime.
I keep saying Oculus. I know that's not how you pronounce it.
I like Oculus Prime.
Yeah, I like Oculus Prime. Oculus Prime.
That insinuates there might be more of them.
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
That wouldn't it? So yeah.
Right.
I want to know more about it. I feel like the eyeball is the biggest threat. I agree, but I think what Karen said though is also true. We're watching a show about xenomorphs. So I kind of wonder, is it going to become that important, or is that maybe something to hold off for other seasons? Is it something to have for a spinoff? Is it as important as we want it to be? I don't know.
I think it's the most intelligent life form that Boy Cavalier will have a conversation.
But it could be a cool secondary thing and not part of the whole alien.
Best one.
I mean, really, so far, the whole Boy Cavalier thing with the kids being turning into synths or whatever is not really connected to the ship crash, except for Wendy. Wendy's the only.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I predicted the Ocellus breaking out by opening the container. The bugs did that, and the Ocellus busted out.
Yeah, Octopus. Right. Yeah, I was going to say the same thing, Samuel. And Octopus could open it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point, though. Octopuses can get out of jars and stuff. So actually, probably should have thought of that it could. That's a good thing.
If they're scientists, so they're real scientists.
Yeah, they should have known that. I mean, Octopi had been predicting stuff forever.
The Super Bowl forever.
Yeah. By opening jars, they give them 2 jars. They give a jar that'll be like the Ravens or Pittsburgh, and they open it and right.
They're right every single time.
Yeah. All right, kids, this was great. I love always talking to you. I gotta jump because I have a lot of work to do tomorrow. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I gotta sleep sometime.
I love the show.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this show. I agree. But everybody, please join Lori and myself for a watch party at 10 on, did I say 10? Yeah, 10 Eastern on Sunday night for Daryl Dixon. And then the live stream is at 11:30. And then Monday, Scarlett and I have Wednesday at
the TV show.
11. Yeah, the TV show Wednesday at 11. Watch party at 9:30. Same thing. So we'll see you guys Sunday, and and if you're so inclined, I don't know if anybody here watched because it's not sci-fi. It's not the same thing, but tomorrow I will have up the NCIS Tony and Ziva interview. Is going to be
all right. Cool.
So that's pretty cool. So everybody, please subscribe, hype the video, leave comments outside of the chat. It's appreciated, and we'll see you at the next one. Thanks for coming.
We'll meet again. We know where. You know when.
All right. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.